All right, let me make sure we live. Y'all know I gotta always tap in. All right, we live. Let's get it, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. I'm back with another video. Yeah, I'm back with another video. Like I told y'all, I'll be back Friday. We're gonna try to do this, keep this schedule maybe like Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm gonna see. We're gonna see how it go. Definitely gonna be chopping up these videos though. I chopped up a couple clips, but I'm gonna put them over on my clips channel. I got a ruler report clips channel that I'm gonna put everything on, man. But we got the indictment, man. We got the big U indictment. We got the 43 count. We're not just basing it off of an article. Let me, just show y'all so that way y'all don't think I'm playing around with this. Nope, that's not it. Let me see. Here we go. All right, so we got the indictment for y'all. The whole entire thing. Every single page. What's in it, what's being said. It's 75 pages. Some of the stuff we already know. But some of the stuff we really, it's been said, but we don't necessarily we didn't know that it was said in paperwork, right? So it's a lot going on with this big U case, and we're going to get to it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it, man. Make sure y'all hitting that like button as y'all step up in here, man, real quick. Let me put my phone on the charger because I think we're going to be on for a couple hours, man. This is going to take a couple hours plus. It's some other stuff I want to touch on, Loose Cannon can't stop calling home, man. Like, Loose Cannon been doing just as much content as he was doing before he went to jail since he been locked up. And I got a feeling Loose Cannon is 42. I got a feeling that Loose Cannon gonna get some time in this, man. Like I think Loose Cannon might be one of them ones that get a lot of time out of this case unless he cooperates. So with that being said, man, I got some other stuff that I want to talk to y'all about as well. Brick Baby definitely came out himself and talked about not getting sliced and diced. We're going to play his audio of that. I'm pretty sure some of y'all done heard it already by now, but we're going to go over that. What else is out there, man? There's so much stuff that's being said and talked about. But Wack 100 is in this paperwork, man. And not saying that Wack 100 is in here cooperating, but his name is definitely mentioned in this paperwork. So we're going to get into that as well, man. Now, as y'all see, I got the front page of the indictment posted up. And let me see. Hold on. I want to go back over here. I got that front page of this indictment posted up, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all come in, man. I'm going to go over it. I'm trying to wait for more people to come up in here, though, before I start reading it, like really getting into it. But I think I can just go ahead and start reading this cover page because, nobody's really, they ain't going to miss too much of this part right here. And we'll definitely get closer to the Wack portion by the time everybody start coming in. But again, this is straight off the press. I had a hard time finding this yesterday. We was on Pacer looking for it. We was everywhere looking for it. Eventually, I did find the paperwork, the big U paperwork, online, right? So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let me see. Carolina kid. He admitted to extorting Loose Lips, Cook. Yeah, extortion. Loose Lips is definitely Cook. That's maybe, I used to call him Short Bus Loose, and I really still think that the dude is slow. But I kind of like that name too. Loose Lips Cannon. Loose Lips Cannon, man. Loose Lips sink ships. But yeah, he been doing a lot of talking, way too much talking. But let's get into this indictment, man. Because like I said, it's gonna be a while. But basically, this is the indictment that was filed 3/26/25 of March. You know what I mean? United States District Court for the Central District of California, October 2024. So the grand jury in this convened back in October 24. You know what I mean? They actually sat down with the grand jury and presented this stuff. The indictment just came back. I'm guessing that's how that worked. And basically got the United States plaintiff versus Eugene Henley Jr. And it gives all his aliases. Two of these aliases is really telling. And if y'all been following this whole entire situation, Cuz had a case, Big U had a case with a dude named Eddie Boy. And what happened was Big U and them was going to actually, because Big U been robbing people. If y'all been following Big U has never been somebody who like sold dope on a large scale, like on some kingpin status type ish or nothing like that. Big U has hit licks his entire like criminal career. That's what he was about. I mean, he moved a little work according to him. Some things he was doing out, like I want to say like in Minnesota, or I think he was in Chicago at one time. He talked about that. But for the most part, Big U was hitting licks. So him and the dude, so I'm going to make this real quick. And this is dealing with the name David Austin. Big U was actually in a case with a dude named Eddie Boy. And they allegedly was setting up somebody to rob him, right? Happened to find out the people that they was going to rob was undercovers. Now, according to Eddie Boy, I don't know if it was necessarily in the paperwork, but he went to the jail. He went to jail under his name, David Austin. And according to Eddie Boy, and I want to say it was in the paperwork, when Big U got arrested or was getting arrested, he said that's why I knew I should have never been working with Eddie Boy in the first place. So a lot of people, including 600, said that he was actually snitching then. You know what I mean? So they've been talking about Big U cooperated since back then. Now, he went to jail. Nothing happened to him. Him and Eddie Boy might have been locked up at the same place at the same time. And then so when 600 first started coming out with all this shit against Big U, a lot of that was dealing with that paperwork, right? So that's the name David Austin comes from that case. It was the alias that Big U used one time when he caught a case. The chat said the man podcast was called Check In. He a real clown. Yeah, that was crazy. All right, so basically got all his aliases in here, and then one of them is Anybody Killer. I never knew that was one of his aliases. And then they got, Sylvester V. Robinson, who Wack 100 has been going around saying that Sylvester Robinson, a.k.a. V, is the person who actually is telling on Big U in that case with Rayshawn Williams. And that's, the young man whose body was found up there in Las Vegas. If that's true or not, I don't know. You know what I mean? But that's what, Wack is saying. Another person on this is Mark Martin, a.k.a. Bear Claw. I could actually pull that picture back up for y'all really so y'all can kind of see these people's names in real time. Bear Claw would be on here. So right next to Big U is Bear Claw, and then right next to Bear Claw is Sylvester Robinson. So Sylvester Robinson is supposed to be an individual that was with him during the time when he went to allegedly unalive the young boy who he basically raised and mentored as a football player, and then he turned rapper, and they claim Big U went out there and snuffed him. Wack 100 lied and said Big U's DNA was found under the boy's nails, which was a lie. We found that out in the paperwork. It was a lie that was repeated by him. I don't know if he's saying he got the information from the mom or whatever. He tried to resuggest that it was when he got into that little argument that I posted with him and Trap Lord Ross, but it was a lie. He was just saying anything. All right, so Sylvester V was supposed to be with him in Vegas, and then Martin, a.k.a. Bear Claw, and then Tremaine Ashley Williams. What kind of middle name is Ashley? Because Brick Baby got a crazy middle name, too. His middle name is like Renee or something like that. But Tremaine Ashley Williams, a.k.a. Loose Cannon, and Armani, I can't pronounce Monty's last name, but that's Trap Kitchen Monty. They fired her. They made her take Trap Kitchen off her name. Now she's Egg Roll Bay or something like that. She's out. She's one of the people that they saying is out. According to Wack 100, she's working with the police. But we're going to see what they're saying about Wack working with the police up in this paperwork. And then Frederick Blanton Jr. and Tiffany Shanrika Hines. All right, so these are all the people that's in this indictment. Nowhere in this indictment do you see Brick Baby being indicted with the rest of the co-conspirators, or if that's what we want to call them. people that's this indictment, the defendants in this indictment is everybody that I just read. Britt Baby's name is not in here. Britt Baby's case, the reason why Britt Baby was actually arrested has really nothing to do with this, but something to do with it. So I'll break that down a little later. But so it says the indictment is racketeer, influence, and corrupt organizations conspiracy, which is the RICO Act. Conspiracy to interfere with commerce by robbery and extortion. Interference with commerce by robbery and extortion, and attempted interference with commerce by extortion. Also, transportation of individuals in interstate commerce with the intent that the individual engage in prostitution, wire fraud, embezzlement, conversion. And intentional misapplication of funds from organizations receive federal funds, bank fraud, attempt to evade and defeat the assessment and payment of income taxes. So that's basically tax evasion, as well as willful failure to file a tax return, and then criminal forfeiture. All right, let's get into this indictment, see what we got cooking for the Euster. Like, it's going to be some time handed down in this case, man. Like, out of all the cases that's going on right now, we got Diddy, we got the Yellow Beezy case, we got the Dirk case. I may be forgetting somebody else's case right now, but out of all of those cases, man, this is the case that I feel like the most people, the most time is going to be given, and it's like more of a clear-cut situation. Like, we haven't, like, when I read the Dirk indictment, it's kind of like, all right, they got this and they got that, but where is Dirk, like, really directly involved in it? Or when I see the Diddy situation, I'm like, oh, well, it seemed like really all they got is what Cassie was saying. Like, it seemed like they don't got no, information from nobody else. You feel what I'm saying? The Yellow Beezy situation, it kind of seemed like, okay, well, they got what Keywan was saying about Yellow Beezy allegedly, paying them, and the $40,000 they said he took out the bank, but where is the receipts from, like, him transferring or giving the money to Keywan or somebody else outside of Keywan hearing Yellow Beezy and whoever else said that they was going, help pay this money? It just ain't came out yet. I ain't saying that they're gonna beat it. It just ain't came out yet. In this particular indictment, in this case with Big U, what they just laid out initially to me looks like he cooked. Cause like it looked like everybody in this situation is cooked, especially Loose Cannon. Monty already admitted to bringing the girls or whatever, and then on top of that though, you got Big U accepting money from individuals from like 2010 all the way to like this month. But let's get into it, man. I'm going to just read it. It says, at times relevant to this indictment, the defendant Eugene Henley, also known as AKA Big U, and I'm not going to read all of his aliases, right? A self-admitted member and original gangster or OG of the Rolling 60 neighborhood Crips, a violent street gang founded and operated in Los Angeles, California. Now, check this out. The craziest thing about this, what he just said was, we got so many people from so many different hoods, right? And people done told people that, oh, just because you in a gang don't mean that it's a crime, right? But you helping them people out, because if you ever get into anything, because you never know what's going to happen. We come from that, right? So people getting up on here representing their neighborhood, on 6-0 Crip or on gangsters or on this and that and that and this. Like, if them people, let them do their job. I don't care if they already got your name in the game book or not. I don't care if you already, you know what I mean? Ain't no need for you to get up on here and represent no gang, man, because what happens is now they use your own words against you if anything ever happens. And it's a lot of people still living both sides of the track. Some people, you know what I mean, they didn't change their life, but some people didn't change their life doing good stuff, but they still doing some other shit. Why you on the internet representing your gang out loud like that? Like, somebody was like, oh, you keep saying cuz, but you ain't. Yep, you right. I ain't nothing. I'm a tuner. I'm a turned up non-affiliate. Yep. All right, so with that being said, they identifying Big U. They identifying the defendant Sylvester Robinson, basically saying he was a criminal partner of Big U. You know what I mean? Longtime associate. And they considering him his right hand man and underboss and enforcer. Now again, according to Wack, the dude Vay or Sylvester Robinson ain't that type of dude, but the way that he portrayed himself in this indictment and on these not video, but on these wiretaps, as well as when he was confronting one of the dudes he was extorting for the money, he was pressing him. He was saying what would happen to him. So now they've created like a mafia type situation with Big U. Salute to you too, B. Gaddafi. They created a mafia type situation with Big U, right? What they've done is made Big U the boss, the mafia boss. Now they got Vay as the underboss. These is mafia terms that they're using for Big U, an enforcer. They also got Mark Martin, aka Bear Claw, basically saying he was a criminal partner of Big U as well as he was allegedly a self-admitted rolling 60. Vay or Dale. Okay, I know they got in here. They saying his name is Vay, aka Vay. Where was I? Okay. Martin. They saying that he's a self-admitted member of the Rolling 60s. See what I mean about when you openly say that you from something and they just use it against you? That's what's happening right here in this paperwork. All right. So you kind of self-snitching on yourself. Defendant Martin was a close confidant and trusted lieutenant. So now they gave him a position. I'm pretty sure Big U ain't say, you're going to be my underboss, Vay. Bear Claw, you're going to be my lieutenant. This is the feds actually building a case and presenting it to the grand jury and the court as well as the public, as this is a mafia-style organization. Organized crime. That's henceforth the RICO. It also goes into saying that, he owned and operated a car spot or whatever out in Gardena. All right, with that being said, now it says defendants Henley and Martin co-founded Unique Music Entertainment, which I can't think of one rapper that was on that label that I don't know. He had these two dudes that it was a group. I forget the name of the group though. But one of them had like dreads, kind of looked like Brick Baby a little bit. And then the other one was like real light skin, like damn near white. Dude, I forget the name of that group. They did have like one or two songs that I did like back, but it really never took off or did too much. But anyway, they start that label. You was considered the CEO and Martin was considered the CFO. Of that. So, and then I guess he also registered a charitable organization under that, which did business as Developing Options, DBA. Also sometimes referred to as Unique Ballers or Crenshaw Rams football, Crenshaw youth football and cheer. And this is fucked up because it is a lot of kids that actually got some good out of that football program and shit, man. So it's going to be some, like, somebody going to have to fill that hole. You know what I mean? Like, some of y'all over there in that neighborhood, you know what I mean? Somebody pick up the ball and keep that football program going for them kids, man. That is going to be kind of fucked up. It also says that defendant Robinson, which is Vay, was on a Developing Options employee payroll. So he was actually getting paid for that. Now, if y'all know something about nonprofit, because you just kind of being greedy, that's how I look at it with Big U. When you got a nonprofit and you got money coming in the millions or like the half a millions, it's enough money to go around for everybody. And from the house that I seen Big U living in, it ain't like Big U was living in some like big extravagant house like that, man. Like, I believe that he was getting enough money on the legit side where he didn't have to do a lot of this shit that he was doing, but he did anyway. But that's another discussion for another day, right? He was in a 19-year contract. Damn, who was it? Nipsey was signed to him too. Amadi they just can't let Nipsey rest. What's going on, Flower? All right, let me keep going. Defendant Henley, aka Big U, also was the sole proprietor and owner of a related company, Celebrity Socks, which did business as Unique Socks. Developing Options purported, let me just keep going down. Hold on, let me see. Basically, it's saying the developing options was providing alternative choices to gang violence, narcotic offenses, criminal activity for South Los Angeles youth. Developing options, as depicted in the below image, claim to devote resources to inner city athletic organizations such as the Crenshaw Rams. Now, I believe, and I'm gonna blow this up, I believe that they was doing that though. Like, that part, I believe is true. I believe that Big U was doing this thing as far as the kids, the Crenshaw Rams thing. Like, they may try to take that from him, but I highly doubt that Big U wasn't doing nothing for the kids. Like, it was, I seen too much. It was too much, out there. People that talked about it. A lot of people, was involved in that. He just was doing other shit. Now, let me see. The City of Los Angeles, unit of local government in Los Angeles County within Central District of California, awarded developing options an annual $550,000 grant, which was federally funded as part of the City of Los Angeles Gang Reduction Youth Development Program, the GRID program. All right, so we know that he was getting that money from July 2018 to about June of 2023 to the sums of like $2.3 million. That's a lot of money. So we got that out the way. The mayor's office, which included providing a budget, hiring, and compensation. So this is kind of like and Charleston White hit on this. This part of this, because what they kind of showing you, like, he was like working hand in hand with the government. So this part of it is the corruption of, like, taking government funds and not doing what you were supposed to do with it. They're going to, like, what we've already heard. Those requirements included, but were not limited to submitting all employees for background checks. All this stuff I already read. Training and stuff like that. But I believe them going at him on this end was like a political move as well. All right, let's go down to count one. We ain't got time to bullshit around with the summary. All right, count one, the racketeering enterprise at all times relevant to the indictment. Defendants Eugene Henley, Sylvester Robinson, and Mark Martin, and others known and unknown to the grand jury were members and associates of a criminal organization that engaged in, among other things, acts of violence, fraud, and other crimes, including murder, robbery, extortion, human trafficking, and embezzlement. The organization, referred to hereinafter as the Big U Enterprise, operated within the Central District of California and elsewhere. Let me just kind of go down, because we're going to go to some of these overt acts. Let me see. Because it kind of talks about the prostitution using. So this is one thing that we knew about too. We knew about the intimidation. We knew the fear, violence, threats of violence, and all that, the assaults and stuff like that. But it also goes into using social media platforms, documentaries, podcasts, interviews, and defendants' reputation and status to create fame for and to stoke fear of the Big U Enterprise and its members. All right, let's keep going down. We're gonna get to the overt acts, means and methods, members, armed robberies. This is all kind of like, we can talk about the check-in podcast, all of that. All right, now check this out. I'm gonna play a video for y'all. Let me see. I'm gonna play a video for y'all real quick. And because it relates to this. Now, did I ever play this video for y'all? Let me see. It's on my Instagram page. Here we go. Check this out.
Don't matter. You're nice, go hard.
Movie production in the hood. That's how we do it, man.
Top flight, baby. Security.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. You know what I mean? Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well. Just gonna check your ass out.
we gonna check you in, all right. We gonna check in all of your equipment.
All right, so the reason why I played that, I'm about to read. We gonna read. That picture right there look familiar, don't it? That scenery right there look familiar, don't it? Yeah. Okay. All right, it says let me see. Let me go back. Okay, it says Defendant Henley hosted a podcast titled Check In. In the opening theme song, which explained when you hop off of the plane, check in. Penthouse Suite, check in. When your feet hit the street, check in. Because if not, shit get hot. You better check in. The check-in included both payment to the Big U Enterprise as well as requesting permission from Defendant Henley to conduct certain activities, including acts of violence that were sanctioned by the Big U Enterprise. As Defendant Henley described in a documentary film that he produced about his life titled Hip Hop Uncovered. Let's write that down. We might need to watch that. We might need to react to that too. Hold on, y'all. Damn. Where am I putting that? Hip Hop Uncovered. Why was I gonna put Wack? Big U. All right. Where was I at? Damn, I lost where I was at. Okay, produced about his life titled Hip Hop Uncovered. If I don't pick up the phone, that can mean death for somebody. Or the Nothing to Something podcast. Damn, they got the Nothing to Something podcast in here too. On the Nothing to Something podcast, Defendant Henley said, "You gonna check in. You could choose not to, and it's gonna be a problem. If you choose not to check in, you suffer the consequences." Damn, they got Nothing to Something in here. That's crazy. You feel like you got something bigger than what's there, and that's not checking in. It's basically an act of war. It ain't nothing one human being it's not one human being who's not gonna check in. In a video Defendant Henley recorded on a film crew in Los Angeles, Hyde Park neighborhood, and or around 2017, as depicted in the below image, Defendant Henley claimed anytime you do movies in the hood, just check in. But if you don't check in, we're going to check you in, all right? We're going to check in all your equipment. Let me play that one more time. This how crazy the internet is, though, y'all. Let's go.
Don't matter. You're nice, go hard.
Movie production in the hood. That's how we do it, you know, man.
I knew this was going to be an indictment.
TV running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. You know what I mean? Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well. Just gonna check your ass out.
we gonna check you in, all right. We gonna check in all of your equipment.
Man, hey y'all, how y'all think Big U gonna react when they start playing all these videos of him saying all of this stuff on the internet, man? Yeah, free Big U, yeah, man. You know, Big U off the hook. All right, so let's keep going, y'all. While members and associates of the Big U Enterprise use Defendant Henley's and the Big U Enterprise's history and reputation in order to control Los Angeles through violence and fear and intimidation, Defendant Henley simultaneously attempted to create an air of legitimacy for himself publicly by promoting himself as a reformed gang member focused on bettering his community through purported nonprofit organizations he founded, such as Developing Options. Let's keep going. They kind of talk about, he began to use his nonprofit organization to embezzle funds, using the nonprofit entities to fraudulently apply for government assistance and loans, using the nonprofit entities to falsely employ and falsely falsify employment and financial records to personally benefit members and associates of the Big U enterprise. Damn, this is an old school game though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is like some old school game that older dudes before our time, they used to do this type of stuff back in the day with like nonprofits and stuff to get money. Members and associates of the Big U enterprise would avoid detection and apprehension by law enforcement, among other activities. Attempt to thwart and evade law enforcement surveillance, destroying video surveillance and other evidence. That's a big one because allegedly Big U had the people destroy the video evidence at the studio and where he was at with, you know, the dude who ended up getting knocked down, Rayshawn Williams, out in Vegas. So they talking about that. So, and then I think one of the security guards at that studio is actually testifying against Big U. All right, it says, let me see, the racketeering and conspiracy. Let's get into that. It says beginning no later than in or around 2010 and continuing to or about March 19, 2025. So they're saying that Big U was doing this racketeering stuff all the way until the moment they arrested him. And that's over like 15 years in Los Angeles County within the Central District of California and elsewhere. And it goes into naming Big U as well as Vay and Bear Claw and others, known and unknown to the grand jury. Again, we get that terminology. And they just say that they participated directly and indirectly in the conduct of affairs of the Big U enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, as that term is defined in Title 18. It kind of goes into the sections or whatever. Now, multiple acts. One of the acts was that murder, chargeable under the Nevada revised statute. He didn't get charged for that case he didn't get charged for that body in Vegas. But again, we see them bringing it up in this indictment. Let me stop there. We got 19 likes, 123 people. We can do this. We go through this every live stream. We got 19 likes, 123 people that hit the likes. Hit the like button, cuz. Just hit it. Hit the like button. Share the video, man. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get it, man. I'll be bringing y'all the exclusive shit because we going to get down to Wack here in a second. Kidnapping, chargeable under the Nevada revised statute. Now, that kidnapping charge is probably where they're saying that Big U went to the studio, took the boy back to the Airbnb, got his clothes, and then at some point, we don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're saying, like, you know, he was going against his will when Big U took him to wherever he took him to, allegedly, to unalive him, right? So that got to be where that kidnapping charge in Nevada come from. Robbery, chargeable under the California Penal Code, and it gives all of that. Extortion, multiple acts indictable under, you know, the Title 18 U.S. Code. They give you all of that. Relating to wire fraud. They give you another one relating to financial institution fraud, which would be like, you know, through a bank. He, you know, whatever he did through the bank or whatever. It all gives you another one relating to interference with commerce, robbery, and extortion. Some of the stuff we already know. Let's get down here to the overt acts, right? Now, here's the overt act 1. So it says defendant Henley and Robinson drove from Los Angeles to Vegas, where the defendant Henley kidnapped and murdered victim RW, a unique music artist who defendant Henley believed had disrespected him. Basically, he thinks that the dude, they're saying that he made a diss track against Big U, and then he didn't show up to studio sessions, fucking off Big U's money. So overt act 1. In January 2021, defendant Henley, using his influence and reputation and the influence and reputation of Big U Enterprise, arranged for the victim, RW, to record music at the studio owned by Grammy-winning producer, in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the studio. All right, and those are in parentheses. It says in January 2021, Defendant Henley's direction, KF, an employee of Unique Music, arranged for the victim air travel. Okay, we know all of this. It says, basically goes into them booking the Airbnb for him. It also goes into Big U and Robinson driving to Vegas in a Lexus to confront Rayshawn Williams. We know that. It also goes into them arriving at the Airbnb and ask the victim why he had not been at the studio. How else would they know about that conversation unless somebody was at the Airbnb with Rayshawn Williams, or if this dude Vay is really Robinson is really telling. You feel me? It also says that on January 24th, 2021, they went to the studio. And when I say they, I'm talking about Henley and Robinson. They arrived where Rayshawn Williams was scheduled to record the song at. At the direction of Big U, Rayshawn Williams recorded a song at the studio before midnight. Approximately about 12:58 a.m., Big U's phones, both of his phones, stopped reporting his data location, indicating that they were turned off or placed in airplane mode while in the vicinity of the studio. And it just kind of goes on into them picking up the suitcase. And basically he drove the victim to the north of Vegas and Interstate 15 near Apex Regional Landfill, where they end up finding his phone. I mean, not his phone, but his body or whatever. According to the documentation, it says that about 2:20 a.m., Big U called Robinson, who was still at the studio. All right. About 2:30, Big U returned to the studio, telling an employee at the studio he had gone to the gym because he came in there wet as hell, looking crazy. On the 25th, the same day, later on that day, his body was found off Interstate 15 in the area depicted below in this picture right here. So they even got pictures of where they found the body at or whatnot. And he had 2 GSWs to the head. All right. Now it says that Big U Enterprise members and associates attempted to cover up this body. So on the 25th, it says that Big U contacted the producer to inform him that Nevada homicide detectives would be interviewing the producer about the death of Rayshawn Williams. I'm going to just start calling him RW as it is in the paperwork, right? It goes into Overt Act 18. On January 26th, Defendant Henley contacted the producer and demanded that the producer and his employees leave the studio. Like, y'all get out of here. They coming. I don't need y'all to be there when they get there to ask y'all no questions. Y'all get up out of there. Now, it doesn't say that this information came from a wiretap or nothing like that. So I'm only led to believe that whoever Big U was contacting that was at that studio, whether it be the producer or the employees or whatever, somebody's cooperating. On January 26, 2021, Big U at Big U's direction, Big U Enterprise Associate DS and others known and unknown to the grand jury removed portions of the security system from the studio, including security video and data from the times that RW and Henley and Robinson were present at the studio prior to the victim RW's unaliving. So not only do they got somebody cooperating and telling them that Big U was telling them not to talk to the police, leave the premises and all that, they also got somebody telling them that Big U sent people up there to remove all the video footage up out of there. This shit crazy, right? All right, it says Overt Act 20. On January 27, 2021, at approximately like 10:03 p.m., KF asked the Airbnb owner if there were any cameras on the property. Now, what kind of question is that? On January 27, 2021, KF directed the owner of the account that he used to book the Airbnb for RW not to speak with law enforcement about RW's body. It also says on February 3rd, 2021, KF falsely told law enforcement that he did not know the address of the studio and did not have a phone number for or any way to contact Big U. It goes on to say on December 31st, damn near a year later, over a year later. Yeah, over a year later. On December 31st, 2022, an intercepted call, Big U explained his motivation for committing unalivings on behalf of the Big U Enterprise, stating, "What you guys see on the internet, y'all keep hearing other people who don't have nothing to talk about but sell. Let me explain something to you. If I would have had a problem with any man, color, creed, king, or kind, the issue would have been resolved." This is Big U talking. "And he wouldn't be here, or I wouldn't be here. I ain't no kid, nothing. And it damn near nobody who been in this MF for longer than me can't stand against me and be who I am. If I had a problem with any man, and this wouldn't be so funny to me, I'm still who they say I am." Big U was talking that shit. All right, so it goes and says, I guess this is section D. Big U Enterprise members and associates attempted to evade law enforcement and control and intimidate witnesses to unalivings. Let me see. "You lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Rest in peace to the young man. People calling Big U an idiot. Somebody else said this is damaging." Yeah, it's crazy, right? All right, let's keep going. On February 14th, 2023, to evade law enforcement interaction regarding RW's unaliving, defendant Big U's wife, SH, falsely informed detectives that the defendant did not live at the residence full time. I think we knew that already. And it says on February 14th, 2023, on an intercepted call, after speaking with detectives, SH called the defendant Henley from defendant Henley's father's phone to warn defendant Henley that detectives were seeking to discuss victim RW's unaliving with defendant Henley, and defendant Henley asked how many officers were there. So basically what it seems to me is that they called, after speaking with detectives, SH called Henley from defendant Henley's father's phone. So basically it's looking like the mom, Big U's wife, called Big U son from Big U's phone to warn. Damn, I don't get that. Or unless it's Big U's daddy's. They call somebody's dad's phone got called to warn some damn body. I don't know. Let's keep going. Beginning on February 14th, 2023, to evade law enforcement interaction regarding the body that he caught up in Las Vegas, defendant Henley did not return home to his residence for multiple days. He was somewhere with Monty getting her pregnant. On February 14, 2023, to evade law enforcement interaction regarding victim RW's murder, defendant Henley switched cars with defendant Robinson. Let me get your car, cuz. On February 14, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley called defendant Martin to schedule a meeting to discuss that body he caught up in Vegas and evading law enforcement. On another intercepted call, Big U called DS to discuss RW's unaliving as well. It also says on February 16, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley told DS the defendant Henley was traveling to. This is confusing. Look, let me read this again. On February 16th, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U told DS that defendant Henley, Big U, was traveling to Las Vegas the following day where the producer was located. On February 21st, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U ordered his son not to talk to anyone about the unaliving of, the dude, Rayshawn Williams. On February 21st, 2023, on the intercepted call, defendant Henley told SH, which is his wife, to call KF's mother, but to do so on an encrypted FaceTime call to discuss victim RW's murder. Let me see. On February 21st, 2023, an intercepted call. Defendant Henley told his wife to be careful what she discussed on the phone regarding RW's unaliving, right? On February 21st, 2023, on an intercepted call, Henley arranged meetings with defendants Martin and Robinson. Let me stop there. Do y'all think that Big U's wife is going to get, like, caught up in this too, though? Because they got her name, like, up in this paperwork, and she was doing a lot of calling behind the scenes, like, at Big U's discretion. And they got her on a lot of conversations that was recorded. You know what I mean? Unless she's just like, if I'm just giving somebody some legal advice saying like, hey, if the police come around and they ask some questions, hey, your dad said don't talk to him. You know what I mean? We're going to let the attorney handle it. That's not necessarily like you actually trying to evade the police. That's just you exercising your right and giving your son some type of legal advice. But if she was on the phone call, like trying to cover up for Big U and like trying to help him evade arrest and stuff like that, it's possible that they could use that against her over her head. Somebody said, nah, she good. They would have picked her up too. Right. Okay, so I get what you're saying, the GD Network, for sure. I'm just wondering, like, maybe, like, you know, that's something they would try to press Big U with. Like, if you don't like give us information or you don't cooperate with us, we can bring your wife in this too and arrest her in a superseding indictment. That's, you know, that's kind of like, I guess that's the angle I was going to, but. All right. It says on February 23rd, 2023, as captured on a hidden recording device. So somebody had a hidden record. Oh, damn. They put a hidden recording device in Bear Claw's shop. It says on 2023, as captured on a hidden recording device, placed inside under the hood muscle cars, and after law enforcement attempted to contact Big U and Martin, defended Big U speculated whether they were under law enforcement surveillance for that actual body. For years, members and associates of the Big U enterprise extorted victims through actual threatened force or violence. All right. It says defendant Henley sent defendant Robinson and others to rob victim one and a marijuana dispensary at gunpoint after victim one stopped making extortion payments. So this goes into like some of the extortion act, right? And I think this is kind of where we get to Wack 100 name end up being in here somewhere, man. And that's kind of crazy what Big U said about Wack. But come on, let me keep going. Hit the like button, y'all, man. We got like 154 watching. We got 37 likes, man. Show your boy some love, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Ruler gang or no gang, but not a real gang. Like a gang of people who support a channel that we ain't doing no criminal shit. All right, so it says for years, defendant Henley extorted victim one, a music and club promoter who transitioned into a partner with an unlicensed marijuana dispensary located in Los Angeles. It's called the Dispensary, for up to $25,000 per month in extortion fees until victim one started to ignore Big U's calls. Now it says July 5th, 2021, the victim one had been ignoring Big U's calls, demanding extortion payments. Defendant Robinson, Big U Enterprise member and self-proclaimed Rolling 60s member, Tremaine Ashley Williams, aka Loose Cannon or Loose Lips Cannon, and approximately 9 other individuals, all acting for the defendant of Big U this direction, traveled to the dispensary and committed a robbery. On July 5th, 2021, defendant Robinson and Loose Cannon and others known and unknown to the grand jury stole products, cash, multiple personal items from those in a dispensary, including victim one. On July 5th, 2021, shortly after the robbery of victim one's dispensary, Big U invited victim one to defendant Big U's house, where Big U, Loose Cannon, and other robbers were still present, and many of the items robbed from the dispensary were on display. And this is something that Loose Lips Cannon talked about on No Jumper too, if y'all remember that. It says on July 5th, 2021, at defendant Henley's home with the robbers and the items robbed from the victim one's dispensary. Present, it says defendant Big U told victim one, "This how you rob yourself." On July 5th, 2021, at Big U's home with the robbers and the items robbed from victim one's dispensary. Present, Big U returned a portion of the robbery proceeds to victim one and told victim one that he would need to pay $10,000 to prevent further future robberies. On July 5th, 2021, at Big U's house with the robbers and items from victim one's dispensary. Present, Big U directed victim one to identify other marijuana businesses that could similarly be robbed and offered to provide victim one with a portion of the robbery proceeds from targets victim one identified. Let me see. November 11th, this is where Brick Baby's name come in. On November 11th, 2022, on the intercepted call, Big U and Big U Enterprise member and self-proclaimed Rolling 60 Crip member Zaire Renee Mitchell, a.k.a. Brick Baby, coordinated how Brick Baby would give Big U the proceeds from a robbery that Brick Baby committed. So basically, he was kind of extorting Brick Baby too. Like, you going to give me a portion of that robbery you hit. On a November 11, 2022, in an intercepted call and text messages while Henley talked with Big U Enterprise associate Frank Blayton Jr. and defendant Robinson to help defendant Big U collect from Brick Baby's associate. Blayton said they robbed a nigga for some shit. They made a nigga call his plug, then they booked him. To which defendant Big U responded, "I'm going to grab half of that, whatever he got him for. I'm going to give it to Vay, and Vay can bring you the rest of it." Now, what's crazy is this. It don't say that Big U sent Brick Baby and them to go rob somebody. It just kind of say like Brick Baby and some of his homies robbed somebody, and Big U found out about it, and now he want half of whatever they took. It say on November 11, 2022, in an intercepted call, defendant Big U can be heard counting money and stating that it ain't nothing but 2 to 3 racks. To which Blake responded, Brick Baby said it was supposed to be between 5 and 7. Gotta make that call out the brick, man. So, like, and this is what's crazy to me. Big U is, even if it was 7 racks, Big U, like, it give off broke to me. Like, you was hitting licks on people for like $7,000 or $1,000 here or $3,000 there. That ain't no goddamn money, man. You can go to work and make $3,000. All right, so on March 3rd, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U described the modus operandi of Big U Enterprises robberies, which included robbing individuals but not taking everything from them so that they could continue to work to be robbed, identify other robbery targets, and buy the stolen items back from Big U. Let me see. It goes into extorting people. Victim 1 again. Identifying additional robbery victims for Big U. I mean, it just goes into more detail about him extorting victim 1. You know what I mean? Like, basically, like, all right, you paid a portion of the extortion debt, but you still didn't pay it all. This is Big U telling him that. Also, Big U was saying, like, August 6, 2021, he tried to intimidate victim 1, and defendant Robinson told victim 1, trying to lick someone that ain't even hard. All this shit, it's just, this ain't working, man. I'm like, man, I'm in the wrong business, homie. Someone else, another thing he said, let me see, another overt act. Victim 1, Big U told victim 1 that any proceeds victim 1 received from a separate business owner must be paid to Big U as well. So Big U was just taking victim 1 up top the whole entire time. Let me see. It also says victim 1 Robinson told victim one that defendant Robinson needed to tell Big U something about victim one's outstanding extortion debt to appease Big U. The victim said that he could only pay either $500 or $1,000. Like, he really ain't had no damn money because y'all taking it all from me. So I mean, they just keep all these overt acts is dealing with him basically taxing victim one. I mean, on different occasions, man. I'm gonna scroll past this a little bit and get down to some of the other stuff. Let me see. Start running a legal marijuana shop to pay rent. He wanted dude to pay him like $1,000 weekly. We kind of know that. If y'all been watching me, y'all should know some of this stuff, so I shouldn't necessarily have to read it. I'm just scrolling. Okay, all right. Here go the Wack 100 thing, right? Damn. But let me go right here. Let's start right here. On April 10th. All right, so hold on. I'm going to start up here. On February 19, 2022, defendant Big U called victim one to demand $1,500 real quick. On April 3rd, 2022, defendant Robinson told victim one that defendant Henley was increasing the victim's taxes to $3,500 a week. On April 9th, 2023, defendant Robinson told victim one that the other individuals were paying Big U Enterprise $2,500 to $3,000 so that defendant Henley could purchase his wife a $30,000 necklace. What the fuck? On April 10th, 2022, defendant Robinson told victim one that defendant Henley wanted to collect $2,000 from the victim every Monday. On April 16th, 2022, defendant Henley told victim one he needed a donation for his wife's birthday. On June 5th, 2023, to intimidate victim one, defendants Henley, a.k.a. Big U, and Robinson, a.k.a. Vay, demanded that victim one stop doing business with Wack 100 because Wack 100 was suspected to be an informant. This was back in 2022. He was saying that Wack was an informant. Now, it's 2025, and I'm trying to think how long Wack been going on this whole like Big U like rant thing online. On June 22nd, 2022, defendant Robinson called victim one to demand money because defendant Henley had demanded it. Y'all just skip past the whole Wack thing, right? We're gonna go down. All right, so so Wack kind of, all right, so here go another thing about Wack. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to just say this. Some of the stuff that Wack said, that he said during the altercation in the garage or whatever, so now we got more wording that was allegedly said during that. So overt act says on, let me see, who he telling to carry a gun? On June 22nd, 2022, to intimidate victim one, defendant Robinson told victim one that when a Big U Enterprise member spent time with him, it was necessary to carry a firearm. Now it says on July 9th, 2022, to intimidate victim one, Big U told victim one that defendant Henley had seen Wack 100 with his wife and daughter, and there was 15 to 20 niggas with us with hoods tied down. I got my hood on, all black. Y'all remember all of this. Tied down. She like, boom, boom. She jumped in the car. I guess she is his wife. Paid for and then took off. Boom. The nigga screaming, my wife draws. I see you, Eugene. I see you, Eugene Henley. I see you. He's screaming all that. He got his blower out. But he's fucked up because nobody's around. We like, bitch ass nigga. I'm like, yeah, bitch ass nigga. Wack. He like, we'll die here. Now, I remember Wack saying that part. He said, don't do this. My wife, my kids in that car draws. Don't do this. He's screaming. Okay, we seen that before too. all these overt acts is kind of like shit that we done already like we know about. You know, him extorting dude, and you know the victim paying him with like federal money. So it really ain't too much in this shit other than what I just pointed out about the Wack thing that wasn't in like the original complaint. All this is like all this is like extortion money and like intercepted phone calls and shit, like the shit we seen about Brick Baby and all that. Let me see. I mean, he did like he had another dude that he was extorting, which had a business where Big U threatened to have. Okay, so let's go to this part right here. It says defendant Big U, Robinson, and Martin and others extorted victim 2 through actual and threatened violence by force. It says on December 2nd, 2021, the victim 2 was hosting Big U's birthday party at an adult entertainment club in Los Angeles. For victim 2 was the promoter. I want to say that club was Deja Vu, which was where the after party was at that game went to after Wack 100 had the altercation in that goddamn parking deck or whatever. It say on December 2nd, 2021, defendant Big U demanded $30,000 extortion payment from victim 2 hosting Big U's birthday party. On December 2nd, 2021, Big U threatened to have 5,006 O's destroy victim's business, and that if we got to tear this motherfucker up, we gonna tear it up. So be ready for that. Be ready for that. Bring me my money. This is what was said on the phone call from Big U. Big U further threatened victim 2's business. If victim 2 didn't pay, threatened I'll tear that bitch up. It won't be no club there no more. All right. On December 2nd, 2021, defendants Robinson and Martin and others known and unknown to the grand jury, including members of the Rolling 60s, confronted victim 2 at his business and extorted him for $30,000. So he ended up paying the $30,000. As the defendants Henley, Robinson, and Martin extorted him for $30,000 from victim 2, victim 1 and defendant Robinson discussed how Martin transformed that night and how they took all that shit. All right, then it goes into like the prostitution shit. We really ain't worried about that, is we? Basically, it goes into Monty. They got an intercepted call from Big U to Monty, with Big U offering to pay her $1,000 to bring some girls from Los Angeles to Las Vegas to engage in pandering and prostitution. And basically, you know, Big U was, you know, talking to her, and she asked him how many girls he need to bring, and Big U responded, "That's on you." Let me find out Big U was a freaky ass nigga. It also says in the intercepted call, the Monty told Big U, "I'm about to bag some bitches, guaranteed. You already know I don't play no games." And there's actually a transaction on Zelle where Big U sent Monty $1,000 to rent a car to transport the women from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. It also says on November 10, 2022, through text messages, Monty sent Big U photographs of the women she was transporting to Las Vegas. This shit crazy. So yeah, that kind of give you an idea of what was going on with Monty's involvement. Then it kind of goes into that basketball player stuff, how he took all the money from people and all of that, man, with Shaq and Draymond Green and all that. I'm looking to see if there's any extra information in here. Fraud, Small Business Administration, where he stole all the money. All right, so now everything else is kind of like we already know it, man. It's basically a bunch of extortion and shit. Y'all can kind of read it. Wack's name did come up one more time, where on November 14th, 2022, on an intercepted call, it says defendant Henley described to a former national football player that Henley would beat the shit out of the producer who owned the studio in Vegas, but he started shit between the defendant Henley and Wack 100. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all who I think this producer is. I think the producer is Marley Marl, and I believe that Marley Marl is actually cooperating with the feds in this case. I haven't heard too many people say Marley Marl's name, but I did hear it one time since we've been, covering this shit. And like I said, I believe that the producer who they mentioned or the producer who they talking about that this incident happened at his studio was Marley Marl. I could be wrong. I ain't gonna say I'm right, but I'm willing to bet my money on it. I'm willing to bet money on it that it's Marley Marl. All right, so that's about it, man. Yeah, that's about it. He talking about breaking Wack's jaw in here and all of that shit. They talk about Nipsey Hussle saying that he was bigger than any other Rolling 60. It says on December 31st, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley said that the defendant was bigger than deceased rapper Nipsey Hussle, that Big U disciplined Nipsey Hussle, and that defendant was bigger than any other Rolling 60. Yeah. So there that go. He talk about breaking the producer's jaw type shit. I mean, it really, like I said, it really ain't nothing in here. And I'm not going to sit and read every goddamn thing. But I'm trying to make sure that I ain't missing nothing for y'all. Okay, let's talk about him trying to evade. So they talk about him trying to evade the police the day that they were going to arrest him, as well as they talk about him actually doing the video and shit after he was already being sought after. So it says in March 2025, defendant Henley learned of law enforcement's operation to arrest defendant Henley on March 19th, 2025. On March 19th, 2025, at approximately 12:30 a.m., defendant Henley's two phones stopped reporting location, indicating that they were turned off or placed on airplane mode. In the early morning hours of March 19th, defendant Henley and his wife left their home to evade law enforcement's apprehension. In the early morning hours of March 19th, 2025, Henley's wife left her phone powered on and reporting her location data from her and Big U's home. On March 19th, this is what I'm saying. Look, y'all got to think about everything they're saying that his wife did. On March 19th, 2025, before fleeing their home, defendant Henley left a subpoena related to this investigation, which had been recently served on developing options on a table near a hat from the Seattle Mariners, a professional sports team adopted by the Rolling 60 members as a symbol of the gang. On March 19, 2025, in an attempt to poison the jury pool, defendant Henley posted to the Crenshaw Cougars Instagram account claiming racial profiling and blaming his co-defendants and opponents, or his ops basically, for the charges filed against him in the federal criminal complaint. Let's go to that page. Did I post? I don't think I posted that. Yeah, I posted one of them. So they talking about like these videos.
100 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about Wack. Wack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this fuck shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row, and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You're just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they can go on the internet and do what the fuck they want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though. Cause I ain't did nothing. 100 was actually.
All right, let me see, cause I think I don't know if they took all of it down. What was it called? The Crenshaw what? I think I might have followed them too. That was just one of them that they talking about. Crenshaw Cougars. All right, here go another one. What was that? The one I just posted?
So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in.
All right, this is the first one he posted right here.
Okay.
This is my last video before I turn myself in.
Damn, he said the same thing.
I'm with my family. Talk to my sons. I talk to everybody, man. I'm just saying.
All right. So, I mean, basically, they talking about this. This is the page that they talking about in here. We ain't about to replay all that shit. So, that's what they talking about in here, all right? So, again, I'm going to read that part again. It says, on March 19, 2025, in an attempt to poison the jury pool, defendant Henley posted the Crenshaw Cougars Instagram account claiming racial profiling and blaming his co-defendants and opponents. So, co-defendants would be Loose Cannon and opponents for the charges filed against him in a criminal federal complaint. On March 19th, in an attempt to intimidate or dissuade anyone from cooperating with law enforcement or otherwise reporting information about Big U, Big U posted the Crenshaw Cougars Instagram account naming his co-defendants and known opponents, instructing them, the public, to not associate with them and claiming that if they did, they were not black. Is that, did we play the one that he said if you ain't black?
I'm looking at all these charges on the news. I'm headed back to LA. And then I'm looking at the people they arrested. How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? That's a built-in liar right there. You know what I mean? So, is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know I don't fuck with Cannon. Everybody know I don't fuck with Brick Baby. So if you went to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turn against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and Wack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff.
He got it. Like, all right, I get what y'all saying, because Big U ain't no. It seems like nobody in this whole situation got too much smarts. But he is right. It's certain stuff that's being said about Big U on the internet that was, I mean, we see it in the paperwork. It was going to be investigated.
And talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with developing option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with developing option? You know what I'm saying? I ain't committed no crimes and covered nothing up with developing option. This shit crazy. But this how they get you. They get one or two people to say something. Ain't gonna be no real evidence. Ain't gonna be no real nothing.
He didn't read the paperwork before he said that, but come on.
It's gonna be a repeater thug. It's gonna be a bunch of people in jail for a bunch of different crimes that don't have nothing to do with me. They finna lump all of us up and say it's all around the 60s. Watch and see. We just seen it with Thug. I'm finna experience the same thing out here. I knew it was coming. Now they on there saying all this stuff to assassinate my character. Alright, man, just pray for me. And again, they can do any one of us. It ain't nobody safe with these dudes. If these dudes feel they want you, how they going around talking about somebody's gonna raid my house before my house get raided? How they there with the police? And y'all sitting there following them. Everybody that's a part of them shows, and 100 shows, and all them shows.
There you go.
And y'all need to, everybody who following them, promoting them, anything. Y'all wrong. Y'all ain't black.
Y'all ain't black.
Y'all showing for our people. They can put charges against anybody.
Y'all ain't black. Y'all not black. All right. So it says, let me see. Co-defendants and known. All right. It says, damn. I'm going to go back to it. On March 19, 2025, in an attempt to intimidate or dissuade anyone from cooperating with law enforcement and otherwise reporting information about defendant Henley, which would be people like the Ruler Report or whoever, I guess that's what they're trying to say. Defendant Henley posted to the Crenshaw Cougars Instagram account naming his co-defendants and known opponents, instructing the public to not associate with them, claiming that if they did, they were not black. All right, it says on March 19, 2025, defendant Henley surrendered to the United States Marshal Service without his phones that previously stopped reporting his location. All right, let's see what else is going on. This is like a conspiracy. This is some conspiracy shit right here. And I'm going to just skim through it real quick just to see. So they got Henley and Robinson and other co-conspirators with planned robberies. Defendant Robinson and basically Loose Cannon and other co-conspirators would rob the victims, carrying and brandishing firearms to control and frighten victims to demand property from the victims. Defendants Robinson and Loose Cannon and other co-defendants would deliver the stolen property back to Big U. Big U and other co-conspirators would distribute the stolen property among the co-conspirators and others, including sometimes giving some of the stolen property back to its rightful owner. Overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy and to accomplish its object, Big U, Vay, and Loose Cannon and others known and unknown to the grand jury committed various acts, overt acts within the Central District of California and elsewhere, including but not limited to overt acts numbered 36 through 46 as set forth in count 1 of this indictment. Damn, it's more stuff? Shit. This is a lot of paperwork. The grand jury alleges paragraphs 1 through 18 of this indictment here. And let's just see. We're going to skim through it. It says that on or about July 5th in Los Angeles County, within the Central District of California, defendants Eugene Henley Jr., also known as Big U, Sylvester Robinson, a.k.a. Vay, and Tremaine Ashley Williams, a.k.a. Loose Lips Cannon, and others known and unknown to the grand jury, each aiding and abetting the others, obstructing, delayed, and affected commerce and movement of articles and commodities in commerce by knowingly and willingly committing robbery, and that defendants Henley, Big U, Vay, Robinson, and Loose Lips Cannon, a.k.a. Williams, and others known and unknown to the grand jury unlawfully took and obtained property belonging to an unlicensed marijuana dispensary located in Los Angeles, California, from and in the presence of its employees against their will by means of actual and threatened force and violence and or fear of injury, intimidation, and future to their persons and property in their custody and possession. It says, let me see, damn. Eugene Henley, known and unknowingly, obstruct, delayed, affected commerce. So this is some more robbery stuff, right here. So that's what, that's his indictment. Loose Lips Cannon on the robbery stuff. They got Vay and they got Bear Claw in on the conspiracy for let me see. Knowingly and intentionally obstructing and delaying effective commerce and the movement of articles in commerce by extortion. So they got them for extortion. They got Bear Claw, Big U, and Vay for, they got all of them for tax. Yeah, for some tax stuff too. It says, and other co-conspirators would demand money or property from a victim, sometimes disguising as a tax or protection fee under the threat and fear of violence. All right, so they got that. I'm trying to get down to and see if they say anything else about the body that they caught. So here we go. Let me start where I see a paragraph stop. All right, so on or about the following dates in Los Angeles County, we're in the Central Division of California. Defendants Eugene Henley, a.k.a. Big U, Sylvester, Vay, Robinson, and others known and unknown to the grand jury, each aiding and abetting, knowingly with the intent to attain property. And, you know, we read all that before. It says that in that defendants Henley and Robinson obtained and attempted to obtain property consisting of money from victim one, a partner in an unlicensed marijuana dispensary, promoter, marketer, and operating interstate commerce by means of threatening force, violence, and fear, injury, and intimidation and future to the victim one's businesses. So 5 counts, November 29th of 2021, and it's attempted extortion for $500. Count 6, February 2025, an attempted extortion for $1,000. Count 7, February 17, 2022, attempted extortion for $1,000. Count 8, July 31st, 2022, extortion for $1,500. Count 9, I'm going to stop saying the dates. Count 9, attempted to extort dude for $1,500. Count 10, he was trying to get $2,000. Count 11, he was trying to get $1,000. Count 12, he was trying to get $2,000. Count 13, he was trying to get $2,000. Count 14, another $2,000. Count 15, another $2,000. Count 16, another $500. Count 17, another $1,500. All on Big U and Vay. All right. Let me see what else we got in here. All right, so then they got that $30,000 that he tried to take from victim 2. And they got Sylvester Robinson, a.k.a. Vay. They got Big U and they got Bear Claw for this one. And others known and unknown to the jury for aiding and abetting. We know how that goes, delay, all that future thing. And that the defendants, Big U, Vay, and Bear Claw, obtained property consisting of $30,000 from victim 2, a promoter of an international adult entertainment club with a location in Los Angeles, California, by means of threatening force, violence, fear of injury, intimidation, and future to victim 2 and victim 2's businesses. Remember, y'all, they was talking about taking the motherfucker, tearing this business up with 55,000 rolling 60s. And they talk about money, bringing the women to Las Vegas. We ain't gonna read too much into that. They talk about him stealing COVID-19 money from the EIDL money. Yeah, so the rest of this is kind of like him scheming to defraud people that was either donating money or him like soliciting funds from the government and stuff like that. So count 20 would be electronic transmission of EIDL application number. It got the number on it and everything like that. This is like basically wire fraud. And it got so counts 20 through 24 is dealing with him stealing money from the government, getting money. It says that the SBA was sending him money. He, and it gives the sums of how much the money was. All right, let me see. Counts 25 was he checking the amount of $1,900 from a donor He deposited into the Bank of America. I think he ended up transferring the funds to his damn account. You know what I mean? So counts 25 through 23 is more of him just stealing more money. Y'all can go into this if y'all want to and read the sums. I'm not gonna read all of that. Matter of fact, it's counts 27 through 20 to 34. It's all about money. And really, they got him with all this embezzlement and stuff on his own. All this stuff is by him by himself. So counts 35 through 39 is still dealing with the same thing, him stealing money. All right, so that's that on that, man. I think we kind of ran through this. If y'all want to go see, if y'all want to read this, I'll hit me up. I can see the link to it. I don't know. I can't post it nowhere, but yeah. So we're gonna skedaddle on from this, man. One of the things that's been pretty like outspoken about has been Loose Cannon calling home. I want to go to No Jumper clips and play this last call that was placed from Loose Cannon to No Jumper. Let me see. Well, let's talk about this though. Let's go.
Do you feel like you've affected what's going on with them right now?
Not really.
You don't?
Although I can speak on some very, very privileged information right now.
All right, so what we're gonna do is I want to talk about this. Adam talks about the feds coming to his house to ask him about Big U and the Big U case. Let's see exactly what it was.
I think it's going to set the internet on fire because
Is it?
all right, let me break this down for you. Let me break down the last 24 or so hours of my life. So I this morning got a colonoscopy as a result of the fact that I, for a period of time, was suffering from a condition called colitis, in which your colon becomes infected and irritated, whatever. They wanted to do a colonoscopy. This is my second time doing it. Basically, it involves you don't eat any food for 24 hours.
Man, reading that paperwork, man, kind of got me like I got to get my energy back up, man.
You take a bunch of meds that make you shit out every last ounce of water and shit inside your body, and then you go into the doctor's office. They put you to sleep. They take a camera. They put the camera inside of your butthole, which means, yes, I was booka today.
And Brick's very jealous.
By a large Samoan man. I don't know. I was locked up. So I was knocked out, so I don't remember anything from it at all. I'm sorry, Brick. I know that this kind of goes against the nature of our relationship and everything. I wasn't supposed to let another dude hold me down like that while you were locked up. I'm so sorry. But I did that today. Anyway, yesterday, I'm sitting around the house, starving myself all day. I actually have a newfound appreciation for fasting because I do feel like I achieved some sort of mental clarity while I didn't eat food for a day.
Shouts to the monks.
But while I'm in my house, I'm playing poker on my computer, a guy comes to my front door, and I didn't actually even know, but my girl was communicating with him through the box in the front of our house with the camera. She texts me. She says, a dude is here from the FBI, and basically he's trying to serve you with a subpoena. And so she told him, like a ride or die would, she told him, Adam's not here, and he's off at work or whatever. I forget what she told him. And so I immediately hop on the line with my lawyer. I say, what should I do? I don't want to, handle this situation wrong. Over and over and over, I've sat down with rappers or whoever who tell me about situations in which they divulge too much information to the police or whoever, and it ended up coming back to bite them. Especially, something that comes to mind is like Hurricane Chris, who caught a body that was blatantly self-defense. Soon as the cops come, he airs out his whole situation and ends up coming back to haunt him because the state ends up trying him. So if he had not made all those statements to the cops right after he had killed this dude, then it for sure would have been a way easier case for him to beat. Now, that being said, I'm not really that worried because I know that I myself haven't been involved in any criminality, but I figured I would have my lawyer take care of it. So my lawyer reaches out to the guy.
All right, hold on. I'm going to start a poll real quick. I just wanted to say that to y'all real fast. And hit that like button, man.
Guy who came to my door.
We should at least be at 100
She
likes
assures
by
me
now.
that she's going to be able to ask the FBI agent a handful of questions, and from that information be able to ascertain is Adam in trouble? Is Adam going to be, forced to hand over a crazy amount of information? Because that was kind of lingering around in my head as like, God, this is going to be a huge pain in the ass if they want to confiscate all the computers and everything in here. We're going to have to buy a bunch of computers to use.
Where's the furnace? Start the furnace up, guys.
I don't know. I was considering that. I have not destroyed any information for the record. But this is the thing that my lawyer comes back to me with. She said the feds were interested in one thing and one thing only. Because in my head, I'm thinking they're going to want copies of the podcasts that Brick or Luce were on. They're going to want to make sure that there wasn't anything in those podcasts that was edited out. Now, anybody who knows me and No Jumper knows that we really don't like to edit things out. So the only stuff we're editing out is if it's like a 4-alarm fire, like, yo, we need to take this out. So I don't think there's ever been something that Brick or Luce told us that they needed us to edit out. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Luce Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death. Now, that's it.
So I remember Luce saying that, and I think we played that in like the last video that I posted or whatever, the last live stream we did. But what I'm trying to figure out is how, like, just because he sent out the cease and desist, what does that mean? Like, what is there, like, does that implicate him in any involvement in the situation with Nipsey Hussle because he sent out a cease and desist? Because if I didn't do that, if I didn't have nothing to do with that, and Luce Cannon was on there saying what he said, I would want them to take it down too. Like, hey man, y'all gotta take that down. Like, y'all, putting out bad information about me. Like, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I don't know, but a lot of people do, like, behind the scenes. And I've been hearing people say this for a long time. A lot of people was saying that they felt like Big U had some involvement in that from the beginning. I was never one of those people. Call me blind, call me stupid. That's just something that didn't cross my mind at the time.
Situation is very much outside of what was mentioned in the indictment. In the indictment, there's nothing about Nipsey. There's nothing about any of that stuff.
Well, he's talking about the complaint, but there's still nothing about his involvement with Nipsey in the indictment. But let's not play like they don't do superseding indictments as well.
So this to me is kind of massive because it makes me feel like, oh, the FBI is interested in what Big U's involvement in Nipsey's death might be, which to me seems gigantic. I don't know why that cease and desist is not going to help them prosecute Brick Baby or Luce Cannon or anybody else. But the fact that they're interested in that, to me, adds quite a bit of credibility to the argument that perhaps Nipsey Hussle's death was a more complicated situation than it appears to be.
Well, isn't that when this
gave it to him though?
Isn't
We did hand it over, yeah.
isn't this when that that
was it?
I mean, really, like,
So it's safe to say
I mean, I ain't mad at Adam for handing over the cease and desist letter. I mean, it is what it is. Like, he just basically gave them the original copy. Because, I mean, the cease and desist letter is actually on the internet. I was able to find it after he actually came out and said this. I mean, it's clear as day. Like, the cease and desist was sent over from unitedthepeople.org request to cease and desist all slander or whatever it is. So, I mean, it's not like the information was hard to find. I was able to find it my damn self. But let's keep going.
the feds.
I'm happy to help the feds with talking about a document that we have previously discussed on here over and over, and which doesn't implicate anybody that I know or whatever. It's and it's not like I know about Big U doing something illegal. Big U did something perfectly legal by sending over a document to us asking us to remove a piece of content. Now, for the record, it doesn't mean that this means that there's a full scale investigation into Big U's involvement in this situation.
You don't feel like you played no part?
I disagree with what Adam just said. He said basically it doesn't mean that there's a full-scale investigation into Big U's involvement. I disagree with that. I actually think or believe that there is a investigation and to see if they can try to tie him to that particular situation. Like there's no getting around that. I believe that wholeheartedly.
And them getting booked at all?
No,
Like
not really.
with the shit they set up here and you clipping it up. I mean, I get you live and people might be able to screen record, but some of the shit these niggas is saying, you sitting back, like even the feds probably like, I can't believe like these niggas is this dumb.
Well,
then you clip it up to reiterate what they said.
My
instead
attitude is basically if somebody comes on the podcast and they want to live their truth, they want to talk about the things that they've been through, then it's none of my business to dig through each podcast and figure out what's criminal, what might come back to get them. Because let's be real, this is hip hop where a huge percentage of people's lyrics, songs, etc., are basically putting them in the mix and acknowledging that they've been involved with crimes. And you know, when I'm sitting there and Loose Cannon's saying, because keep in mind, this is my first time even understanding that Big U might have had any involvement in any street stuff still, when Loose Cannon's sitting there and saying, yeah, me and Big U went to this weed spot and we got all this money out of them, and then Big U didn't split the money up fairly and yada, yada. I'm sitting there thinking, Big U's on that? Like, I had no idea that Big U would have been doing anything that could be considered extortion or, you know, payments for checking in, whatever.
Not a guess.
In retrospect, I feel a little naive since he did call his podcast that and he was talking about the checking in process pretty openly.
He talked about
I
it
mean,
on,
like Brick.
on the
At the end of
Breakfast
the
Club.
day, we see, like, we understand the bottom line is the money. So at the end of the day,
I don't like how people try to like, and I'm not taking up for like no white man or Adam or Vlad or anybody like that, right? But I don't like how like people who like from the neighborhood or from the culture or black people try to press like Adam and them and say that they wrong for people coming on their platform and like self-snitching. It's not, as a podcaster, right? As somebody who may be interviewing somebody, it's not necessarily my responsibility to make sure the things that you saying on my platform are in line with, you know, legal that couldn't get you arrested. You know what I mean? Or could have legal ramifications. That's not my job. You know, my job is to get the interview and to bring the content to my, you know, my subscribers or the people that follow me or my viewers. I can't sit up here and like basically go through somebody's whole entire interview and dissect what the hell they saying and make me like just to make sure that they not catching the case. That's not for me. That's for them to do. Come on, though.
like you just said, if they come on here and you ask them certain questions and they're dumb enough to speak on that, yeah, it's partly their fault, but you don't think the questions you ask are strategically bringing certain things about them?
Well, it's not like I could have even asked about that since I didn't know anything about that.
But you don't have to, come on, cuz, but you don't got to answer the questions though either. It's been many people who Adam asked questions that Adam did not, like they didn't answer the question to Adam because they knew it was some police shit. Like, come on, man, like, it's not his responsibility to make sure somebody is smart enough to not answer a police-asked question that he may pose. He just doing whatever he do.
They just started talking about
Well, like,
it.
who are y'all talking about?
No, look. See, me, I'm talking about Brick. Now, as far as guests that come on and willingly tell on themselves, that's 100% on them.
Okay,
I don't blame platforms for dumbasses coming on the internet where you know the police are watching every platform everywhere and telling on crimes they committed. They're idiots.
Understandable, but did you read Brick's indictment?
I'm not reading through none of that shit. But basically what I'm saying is, regardless of if anything he said,
you can't, if you haven't read the indictment and you're not going to read it, then you can't really necessarily speak on the situation in the way that you're speaking on it. Who is these dudes? What is they called? The viral way or whatever. ODM Slim was going in on them last night. You can't sit on here and like try to chastise Adam or the No Jumper platform for allowing Brick to say shit on here that may or may not even be in Brick's paperwork. Like, in all actuality, up until today's date, there is nothing that Brick even talked about on No Jumper that's in his indictment or in his paperwork, cuz. Like, what is you talking about? I really don't like their approach, though. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I don't like the Viral Way's approach. Not necessarily cuz that's sitting with the puffer vest on, but the one that's talking right now.
On this show was in the indictment or not. Some of the shit he said, if that's my boy, like if my brother was to say some shit like that, hey, bro, you got to stop talking about shit like that. Or I'm not even putting it up. Like, nigga, you just said some federal shit. I'm going to edit that shit out before we put the clip out. I'm not just going to be like, oh, fuck it, it is what it is. He dumb enough to do it if this is my boy. See, there's a difference between I'm calling this my homie, my friend, like Adam calls Brick, or some idiot that just comes up here and wants to go viral. Yeah, I caught 11 hats. Okay, you stupid as fuck.
But I think part of it is the fact that, you know, when Brick comes on here and says, I'm putting kill squads in the street, or I got more bodies than you guys squabbles.
That's what I was getting. That was crazy.
But bro, he don't mean that shit.
It doesn't matter.
That's for entertainment purposes.
When he goes to court, they can still bring that type of shit up.
But my thing is that
Brick a grown ass man. Brick know what he doing. Brick done been to jail before, man. Like, I think they're a little too overly involving themselves or worried about what somebody else is doing at this point. That's just my opinion. Like, I think they just a little too like feeling some type of way about something. You know what I mean? But these are two individuals that previously then had an issue with Adam and the No Jumper platform before. So really them being here is on some whole other shit anyway.
that when I hear Brick say something like that, and of course I assume that Brick has never killed anybody, but when he says that kind of thing, I assume he's doing marketing because he knows that the aura of danger around him is such that that's really going to hook people and get them interested. And we're seeing that right now. Really, if I had a suggestion for Brick, if he gets out tomorrow, I'm going to say, let's get a video guy. Let's get in the studio. Let's drop music right now.
1000%.
Because realistically, having this aura of danger and criminality around you is going to be massively beneficial to people paying attention to your music or whatever you're trying to monetize. So, I mean, number one, all those statements were said on live. So, yeah, we could have cut it out, which would have basically meant that everybody besides us was able to monetize it. Or we could have, you know.
Is that more important?
So it's content over everything.
I mean, it's going to happen either way. So.
But the thing is, if you read Brick's indictment, you'll see, and I'm not telling you to because I know you don't want.
He's not being accused of anything like that.
That's what what I was trying to get to. So literally, like, he had an AK case from 2023. It's got nothing to do with anything he said on a podcast. He's not a part of that RICO with Big U and them. He's not listed as a defendant.
Yeah, I saw that.
On that RICO.
Yeah, I seen all that.
So there's nothing that he said. Now, what you saying, what Messiah said, like, oh, it could be used against you in court, potentially as a character witness, but I think that could easily be dismissed considering you're an entertainer for a living, and your persona is based on having this, street image, which these statements do nothing but substantiate. It's got nothing to do.
I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody come on here and they say what they say, that's coming out that person's mouth.
And even if Brick had never been on a podcast, you could just listen to his music and say, look at all this shit that he said that's basically him declaring himself a killer.
For sure. Hey, hold on, though. What's going on in the chat? Let me see. The chat said, okay, smartass, then explain to me why Nipsey Hussle was killed because apparently you know something we don't. What's going on? Tried to alter history, but just fake. BPSN brought LA y'all copycats. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the chat, right? RSC, Rolling 60 Crip, Run and Tell. I worked with those dudes in the 1990s. Rolling 60 Crip can get down or lay down. It's about black power and enemies can get it. All right, yeah, I don't know what's going on in the chat right now. All right, let's go to the next clip, man. There's another clip, like I said, where Loose Cannon called in. Let's see. That was a day ago.
Loose, what's cracking, bro?
Loose Cannon!
What's up with it, King? How you doing?
Not much, man. We tapped in right now. We got the Viral Way on here. We got Lush, and we got the one and only Munchie B.
Andre.
What up? What up with everybody?
Chilling, man. Yeah, we were just having conversations, and we were kind of, I mean, I guess first question is just how are you doing in there? What's your state of mind as you're locked up?
Nah, the state of mind is good because at the end of the day,
Cuz in the back looking like the Temu 600 back there with the brown hoodie on.
it's like, let the truth be known. Like, I don't even with the niggas. You know what I'm saying? So everything else is false.
Okay. Do you what's your media strategy in terms of talking on podcasts, doing live streams, etc., while you're in federal custody?
No, it's not that. It's just I'm doing the same thing that I was doing outside. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changed. At the end of the day, it's like I don't have to. I have no parts of what happened, what's going on, or anything like that. But I ain't gonna say anything. A lot of people rolled over and turned on the nigga, and it is what it is.
Who turned on you already?
No, I'm talking about on Big Useless.
Oh, people are already telling on him.
Yeah. So,
Like all this calling home and saying who. Now this is hot to me too, though. All this calling home and saying who telling and all that, man. He is tripping.
it's like I'm just sitting in here right now, just going through the process.
Damn.
Is everybody telling loose, or do you know specifically who's been telling?
Shit, everybody got out. The only people that's still in here is what me breaking him.
Have you had any conversations that were basically like, we'll let you out right now, you just got to tell us this, this, and this?
Hell no, that ain't no conversation.
So they consider you to be such a crucial part of this case that they're not even proposing a deal.
No, I haven't. No, it's not that.
Nah, Adam, he ain't talked to the feds yet, because up until yesterday, I don't know if anything changed today, but Luce is still out in Nevada. He ain't even got moved to MDC yet.
It's not that at all.
Safety valve?
It's just the point of it is it's just not going to happen. Just put it that way.
The feds know that you're so solid that they wouldn't even ask you to talk.
No, it's not going to happen.
Nah, they're going to ask him
So
to talk.
did you catch word that I just revealed it like an hour ago on this podcast, but basically the feds came to my house and the one and only thing that they were interested in was the cease and desist from Big U because of your appearance on the podcast with Wack, in which you basically said that Big U had knowledge of the Nipsey situation before it happened.
No, see, the thing is, it's like, I'm going to say it like this, because I keep going through something. It's just why send a cease and desist if it's not true. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are
It's
suggesting, yeah.
defamatory, though.
He was sending a cease and desist, and I said this earlier. They would send a cease and desist basically because you lied. Let's just say, for instance, if you was definitely lying on Big U and you were saying that, they would send a cease and desist just because of that. It don't have to be because it's true that I'm gonna send a cease and desist.
Yeah, even if it's not true, it is
Right.
It's a defamatory statement for sure. Absolutely, I could understand him not wanting that out there, even if it wasn't true, to keep it a stack.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What'd you say, Les?
I was saying,
I can't hear you.
it's a defamatory statement regardless, so I could see him not wanting that out, even if it wasn't true.
Yeah, but if you wanted to prove somebody that was a liar, right? You just telling them put it out, right?
No.
Why stop it?
Crickets.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but if we talking right, that's facts, right? Why stop something that you saying is a lie?
Because like they saying it's defamatory. Like I wouldn't want like if somebody close to me or let's just say if I'm Big U, even if I didn't do it or if I did do it, either way, why would I want to allow that information to be placed out there about me? You know what I mean? Having some type of involvement in Nipsey's situation. That's just crazy. I like even especially if I didn't do it, I would want to put a cease and desist. I would want to put a cease and desist out. More so along the lines, if I didn't have something to do with it, than if I did have something to do with it.
Right. I mean,
Luce
hey,
is
I guess
slow.
you really wanted to stop that narrative, I guess.
When a lie linger too long, it become the truth, bro.
Yeah, I'm not his defense attorney, but I could think of a few.
Like, nobody want to lie out there about him, so that's why you would do it cease and desist. If you feel it ain't true.
Well, that's like, that's like career-ending information. You know what I mean? Like, or statement. If people associate him with the death of somebody so beloved, that fucks off his business, right?
But everybody is getting misconstrued. Nobody's saying that he has something to do with it. He just acknowledged. I mean, no, it's just like if somebody somebody that know me, right? and they basically be like, man, I'm either gonna get that nigga because of whoop-de-whoop. And I be like, well, shit, go and get your man. You get what I'm saying? That's just how it is. My statement is Nipsey wasn't his brother. Nipsey wasn't like his son. He keeps claiming that and putting that energy in the air when he didn't fuck with Nipsey and Nipsey didn't fuck with him.
He said Nipsey just flew him out before they passed. They patched it up.
Now, one thing I can say is him and Nipsey was out in New York together. There's video. I forget the name of that video that he shot on both coasts. He shot it on the West Coast and the East Coast. It might have been like the Rap Niggas video or something like that.
No, they didn't.
They was in New York together or something like that.
Yeah, they was definitely in New
Yeah,
York.
they went to New York for a video shoot, but it was still animosity because it was still a situation that happened after that. Why he didn't go and support Black Sam at the Marathon Burgers then?
The same reason they didn't invite him to the goddamn memorial service, though. They wasn't that damn. Him and Black Sam ain't cool.
If everything was patched up.
No, for sure that ain't patched up. We saw that in the Black Sam interview for sure.
Cause Nipsey is Big U little homie essentially from 60s. Black Sam is not from rolling 60s. That's just Nipsey's brother.
No, Black
so
Sam,
he don't have to support Black Sam like he will support Nipsey, his little homie, his younger homie.
Good point.
That's not the same thing.
No, yes it is, because the marathon continues, the Marathon Burgers, anything that marathon is based off of Nipsey. Like that's what he stood for. That's what he pushed. That's what he wanted to do. That's his thing.
Hey, if you pass away tomorrow, Adam not fucking with your twin brother, bro. so that marathon ain't gonna continue. Cause he messed with you, not your brother.
No, the thing is, if somebody's pushing the narrative, right, and it's in all good honors of Nipsey.
I get what Loose Cannon is saying. Basically, anybody that rock with Nip, basically, it's called the Marathon Burger. When we think of the marathon, we think of Nipsey Hussle. So by right, anybody that rock with Nipsey Hussle, just like Rockstar tried to go, you would think that they would go to support that, even if Black Sam is opening it, because it's creating, it's like continuing on Nipsey Hussle's legacy. But the reason why Big U didn't show up is because him and Black Sam, and they don't get along. It's the same reason Rockstar should have kept his ass at home. They don't like you, so why I'm gonna go? Other than that, he would have probably, if him and Black Sam had a relationship like to the point where like, okay, everything is good between us, then yeah, I'm gonna go support Nipsey and show up. But at the same time, I'm not gonna say that Big U and Nipsey had they shit patched up. I'm not from their hood. I ain't rolling 60. I don't know. I'm just commenting and reacting to the content.
If I had my brother, not my twin brother, but if I had my brother,
you don't like the twin, he said,
or whatever like that, I would have Adam. I hope what Adam would still support. If something happened to Brick or whatever like that, I'm pretty sure Brick's wife or whatever like that, Adam would still support that. It's different.
That is true. If me and Brick were beefing, and then we got cool right before he died, and then his girl opens up Brick Burger, for sure, I'm at the Brick Burger. I'm turning up the Brick Burger.
Yeah.
I'm chasing Rockstar across the street.
So since Crib Mac been in jail, have you checked on Mama Bear?
We've been talking. Yeah. I helped him out around Christmas time and all that kind of shit.
Shouts to Mama Bear. We love Mama Bear.
All right.
And Granny Bear.
Definitely. Man, if he was out, he would probably be in this RICO too.
Busting all these assholes.
JK.
I got no comment on the RICO. Nothing to do with the RICO. No comment.
Fun of Adam.
Oh, that was a Crip Mac joke. My bad.
You know it's free loose. It's free loose. Free other guys.
Like, everybody is gonna support everybody. Only the real is gonna stand. You get what I'm saying? Like everybody that was on that indictment rolled over. Everybody out of jail. Everybody was making statements.
So you and Brick are the only ones who didn't have anything to say?
We're the only one that's still in jail, right?
I didn't know everybody was
near,
released.
yeah.
I didn't know
Of the ones we know.
released.
It was 4 already in jail though.
Everybody else is out.
Damn, everybody being out is bugged out.
Loose, activate your patience, man. Stay off that phone.
Hey, how do you feel about people celebrating people going to jail?
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a shot at Wack 100 and 600 right there. Let's go.
The
Though.
ops are throwing a party.
Okay, so think about this, right? Because I never ever celebrated that. I took a stance on that before.
No, not you. I'm talking about how you feel about others celebrating.
I don't fuck with it. Not at all.
So you don't fuck with 600 and Wack celebrating people going to jail?
I don't fuck with nobody celebrating a nigga going to jail, but I don't think Wack and 600 take that stance. I just think they just don't fuck with Big Yusuf.
I ain't heard him laugh this much. See.
You think Wack's been celebrating, Munchie? You really think he's been celebrating?
It might be a little muted, but yeah, it's damn near a ticker tape parade
it's like
over
a
there.
Passive aggressive celebration.
The 100 side? Oh yeah.
On his side turning
I
up.
don't think they celebrate, but at the end of the day, it's like it's the best outcome for him. But other people have been affected by certain situations be done. But I don't want him to go to jail. I'd rather if we beef him, we handle this shit on the street.
Why is
That's
Cuz on the
it.
phone saying that?
Yeah, I don't know if you should say
Hey, hang up, hang up, Cuz. Hang up. Like, hang up, bro. Y'all, you doing crazy shit now, Cuz. Hang up.
Like, I don't want him to go to jail. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Shitty burger.
That's just kind of weird for somebody to say. I want
Y'all niggas crazy,
my enemy to go to
Cuz.
jail.
Y'all letting this nigga incriminate himself. Hang up, Cuz.
No street dudes say that, Adam.
I know, but nigga, don't do it while we on here, because it look like we condoning it, Cuz. We're not with that, bro.
Lose the
Hang
viral way.
Man, come on, viral way. Ain't nobody thinking that y'all condoning it because Luce on here talking. This is the part of the content that I was kind of like, man, let Luce keep snitching on himself. Shut up.
Wants to make it clear that they think you're incriminating yourself and that you should stop.
Who's the
Hey,
far away?
Long as you
Podcast
self
from Long Beach.
Yeah, we don't got nothing to do with what he doing. I just don't want to watch him do that, bro.
Shout out to them too.
Hey, Luce, hang up, bro. Let your lawyer talk.
You ain't got one yet.
You said what?
I said hang up and let your lawyer talk, bro. Like, they gonna use this for content. Don't do that shit, man.
Yeah, but the thing is not saying anything that I haven't.
Nah, bro, but you in some real shit, bro. And I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Activate your patience, like bro said. All this circus, don't do that, bro. You in facing some real life shit. This the internet. Don't do that. They gonna laugh at you. None of these niggas gonna put money on your books. None of these niggas gonna come visit you. They're gonna laugh at you when this phone call hang up, cuz.
Adam, like, man, you killing the goddamn content. Shut your ass up and take your feet off of the damn no jumper table, nigga.
Don't. The fame ain't worth that shit.
Everything go. Even the females they go bounce on you.
That's not bad advice.
He already got one.
What females you talking about, my nigga?
Man, that's how I go.
What you talking about? Because you got his wife right here. So what you talking about?
Hey, if you his wife and you care about him, stop letting him do
What
this.
you talking about?
I'm talking about the
my
majority
husband
y'all.
knows what he's gonna do.
Hey, look, niggas gonna do what they want,
hey,
but I'm gonna
Shreek,
give you some
Munchie,
real
we
advice,
know how that
cuz.
shit go when
He
they
been
go-
to the
when they
pen
go
before.
there.
He know.
Calling in from the
I know
don't.
he knows.
That's
Look,
out.
Shreek. Long as you keep the visits coming and pen the paper, some pictures, some you go do what you do. That's just how I go.
I'm gonna just need y'all to put a little respect on people's names and don't try to be disrespectful here.
No, that's
All right?
that's to the
Before
gender.
Before we just really cut the line off, and that'll be that.
Damn, she done got pissed off. They done pissed her off.
Hey, respect his.
She cut it off.
Hey, look, respect his freedom. Stop letting him do this to himself.
Okay, and respect his woman and respect him too.
No, it
If
ain't
he
just
doesn't
you.
Respect his freedom. If he chooses to do that, he's a grown ass man. He's gonna do what he want to do.
Yeah, but you supposed to care about him and not let him do that shit.
Hey, look, Shreeks. Females that got on me during my bid when they bounced back at the end of the last month. It happened like that.
60 seconds.
Oh shit.
Okay, well y'all got 60 seconds
is
remaining. What
crazy.
else y'all want to say?
She
Yeah, but
pissed.
at the end of
What
the
else
day,
y'all want to say?
no,
Free,
but at
free
the
loose
end of the
cannon.
Free
much love.
loose.
Much love to the homie loose.
Hey, you got the right to remain silent, cuz. Exercise that.
Hey, Luce, are you banging Sweetie in there too? Are people fucking with the Sweetie movement?
Sweetie.
Yeah, sweetie.
Yeah, that's right. We needed that.
We need everybody in the feds banging Sweetie gang.
Cannon.com and purchase that merch. It's brucecannon.com.
That's right.
Hey, hold.
All right, that was Loose Cannon calling home. Them viral way niggas fucking up the content though, man. Like if Loose Cannon want to call home and tell on his goddamn self, man, let that man do what the hell he want to do and shut the hell up. Let me see. Y'all
Loose was cracking. Bro.
y'all want me to stick to some Loose Cannon news? I think hold on. Chrissy Mills tell Loose Cannon about the 43 count indictment and how Brick Baby is not on it. Let's
Call.
check that
Hang.
out.
Your current balance is $124.72. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Now this is a call from today.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hey, honey.
What's up, baby?
Have you eaten yet?
Huh?
Did you eat yet?
No, not yet.
What are you having today?
Pizza.
Pizza? They have pizza in jail?
No, the guy ordered it for me.
Look, you got pizza ordering in jail. That's crazy. Okay, well, are you sitting down?
Yeah, I'm sitting down right now. What's going on?
Well, the indictment came back in for Big U, and you're definitely on it. I guess they're trying to charge you for something that's included in his indictment. And it shows that he has 43 counts on this indictment.
Yeah, okay, but who's indicted with it?
You, nigga. Did you not hear what I said?
I'm talking about, but what's the other name?
She said exactly what I was thinking. Nigga, you on that damn indictment, motherfucker. What the you talking about? But just think about it. In that picture that I posted up earlier when I first started the live stream, right? You got all these people that got arrested with them. Out of all these people, it's only 6 people that's on the indictment with Big U.
Honey, did the 43 counts just go over your head?
I mean, 43 counts that's on him. You get what I'm saying? So they have one thing on me based on a podcast, but
I hear what you're saying, but do you understand, my love, with a RICO, you could be caught up with whatever he got going on. I don't know if I honestly don't know if all of his charges would be based off on everyone that's involved. I have no idea how this works. But I definitely, I'm waiting for the lawyer to call me back. He's trying to find a way to get a copy of the indictment. As of right now, it's sealed because they have to first arraign Big U, and they pushed back his court date to April 8th now. Before they were saying it was on the 31st, but now it's pushed back to April 8th. So they're not really trying to let anybody see the indictment until until his court date, basically.
Sweetie.
So I don't even know what they're, really charging you for or not. If it's from the original complaint, from the original warrant for the arrest, I have no idea, baby. But let me see. You said you wanted to know the names.
yeah.
Also charged in today's indictment are Sylvester Robinson, aka Vay, Mark Martin, aka Bear Claw, Tremaine Williams, aka Loose Cannon, Armani Alfe, aka Mani, Frederick Blayton, Tiffany Hines.
Yeah, I can't
Those are the
pronounce
only
her name
people
either.
indicted. Everyone else is off of it.
Yeah. That means people spoke up and said something and got off of it. But yeah, it's real goofy because I mean, but we have the day in court, so I'm not even worried about that. I'm just I don't want to hear that news right now, but I guess you got to tell me straight.
I gotta tell you straight, honey, because you gotta know what's going on. I know you.
Luce in there sick. I ain't never heard Luce this goddamn calm in my life. Luce in there sick to the mug. Hey, but at the end of the day, man, just because the other people ain't on this indictment don't mean like some of the people on this indictment is cooperating.
Not out here, so it's important for you to know. Um, and I just can't believe they put you on this indictment.
Yeah, but
So I just got to see what they got, what they talking about. Because if they basing it off of just something that you said on the podcast, that's nothing. We can totally, get this thrown out. It's just you just gotta weather the storm. You gotta weather the storm.
yeah, I think it's just so much BS It's crazy, but at the end of the day, it's like, what can I do? I'm here, and I'm still waiting. So they pushed his court date to April 8th, and it was supposed to be. Who told you it was supposed to be March 31st anyway?
It was originally, that's what it was said. It was in the system like that, you know.
Did they say it, or did somebody just say it on the internet?
You know what? To be truth be told, I don't know. At this point, so many things have been said to where I can't even remember where the original source came from. So, don't quote me on that. That could have been, something spread on the internet like they do with everything else.
Yeah, because that was quite weird. They talking about on Nipsey death day.
Mm-hmm.
People trolling. Just
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so that kind of sucks because I feel like that's probably the reason why they're dragging their feet to transferring you.
I've been wondering what's taking them so long to transfer Loose Cannon to L.A. They may be doing it for safety reasons, though.
Because there's no rush for them right now to get you. You know what I'm saying? So you may be there for the entire 3 weeks to 30 days that they give the amount allotted time for them to transfer you. But look on the bright side. If they don't transfer you and 30 days pass, they have to automatically release you.
yeah, but you have to literally tell the lawyer as soon as the indictment come out, he need to just eat that case because
I know I got it.
yeah, I know you do.
Trust me. That man must already be fed up with me the amount of times I don't call him. Okay? I must have called him about 5, 6, 7 times a day, every day. All right?
And but make sure you stay on him because you paid all that money. He got to do his job.
Listen, right now he's my best friend. The amount of money I gave him, shoot.
I know.
Huh. I feel like these lawyers be tricking. I be tricking on lawyers at this point. The heck, shoot. 50 bands ain't cheap. Just to just let off, and mind you, that is nothing. That's just to get the paperwork started.
Damn, man, 50,000. Who gonna pay for Brick's lawyer though, man? Like I know academics said he would give Brick like $10,000 or whatever. I know Adam ain't talking about giving Brick no money.
I know. We gon' beat this. I don't know what, but we separated everything from this. They know um, that I'm not
It said she
incriminating
sound
them.
like
They just want to just hold me. But
the chat said she sound like she working too. Man, if they ain't working like legitly working, they working for him and not knowing that they're working for him with all these goddamn phone calls. But keep it coming though. We need the content.
at the end of the day, it's like I had a warrant anyway, so let them eat up this time too.
Oh, you talking about the warrant that you had? So you just basically trying to do time served right now.
Basically, I'm already in here.
Well, honey, I love that you're thinking so positive. You're finding the positives out of this negative situation because you did have that. Listen, yeah, the positive is you serving that time for that warrant. Shoot, you needed to do it anyways because you had that over your head. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what the hell did he have? What did Loose Cannon have a warrant for, man? We need to find that information. Somebody go get that. What is Loose serving a warrant for?
But I know you was waiting because I was pregnant. We had the baby. You wanted to be in his life and not miss the
I'm gonna write
moments,
that
the,
down.
the, the steps and the baby steps. And now him saying, Mama, Dada, I know you didn't want to miss that. So I'm just praying to God, we get this thing taken care of because I really don't want you to miss these moments.
We not. By God will, we ain't gonna miss a moment. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't want you to lie to me. Just give it to me straight
Mm-hmm.
in the head.
Yeah, well, I'm giving it to you straight, all right. Straight up and down. They dropped a whole lot of people off the case, which is kind of suspect. If they're not included, but they arrested all them people, they were looking for people to talk for sure.
No, that's what they doing. They looking for people to roll over.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
At the end of the day, baby, we just gonna stay strong.
All right, they ain't talking about shit. These cell phone calls, these jail calls getting kind of boring. Let's go back though.
Loose was crack
to no jumper clips. I'm looking for Wack 100 and Flacco. They got some shit on here. We about to react to all of this. Let me see. Go to videos. All right, here we go. It say Wack 100 debates with Flacco if Brick Baby is snitching.
What's up, what?
Somebody told me something about you.
What?
That you was nervous about me coming in.
He was
You know what
terrified.
I just come to do,
What?
Flacco?
Nah, oh man, listen, man. Oh man.
The most wholesome moment ever.
No, what I said was the Wack was mad on Clubhouse.
Let's talk
at me.
about it. Let's talk about it.
You know what that tells me?
What?
You done some shit that you think I know.
No,
But I don't know what you did.
the Clubhouse. No, remember the Clubhouse? You was mad at me.
No.
Yeah.
I told you stop playing the 50.
But I'm on.
You said
yeah.
See, this is a
state
crazy
Yeah.
building,
And because
man.
the state picked up the case,
Yeah.
that's the reason why it was a delay on the fan side.
Yeah.
State didn't pick up the case. You playing the 50.
Hey man, listen, man. Shout out to Brick and everybody involved, man. Feel me, man. I pray. Feel me, man. Feel me.
So
Listen.
why, listen,
Yeah.
see, you can't be scared to have a conversation on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
But you sit your big ass in your living room
Yeah.
and you say all kind of outlandish shit that can't nobody respond to. So why you scared to come on the platform
Yeah.
to where a nigga could respond? What I'm gonna do, jump through the phone, nigga?
No, but when it goes from just your opinions to you was pressing me, you know, like badly.
Now, I ain't pressing you.
Man, Wack be lightweight pressing these like bloggers and shit, man, that had them scared to really talk about certain stuff. I'm glad that can't never be me. I wouldn't give a damn, man. I'm going to say how I feel, when I want to say it, how I want to say it, in your face, behind the camera, you know what I mean, to the side. However, whenever the hell I feel like saying it, I'm going to say it, man. Like, if y'all feel like he like lying or like putting too much on Brick telling, or he don't even got no paperwork proof saying that Brick was telling, say that shit and say it in his face and mean it.
Bullying.
Flacco.
Wack, you were bullying him.
No, I said Flacco.
Yeah.
You're playing the 50.
Yeah, well, but you said, right?
Listen,
Yeah.
you do know he told us that, and I had Reggie go to Compton Court
Yeah.
and pull it up. On that very day, he got caught with drugs too. The drugs went to Compton Court.
Okay.
But can you show me where they picked it up and dropped it?
No.
Why'd you say it?
No, what I said was this, right? No. Listen up.
Break it down.
I was reacting to you, him, and,
I'm about to tell
and
y'all
academics,
something,
right?
too.
Right? And he was like, yo, like both agencies came, and yeah, right? And for some reason, the feds never like brought charges. So I'm thinking, yo, if the feds ain't bring charges and the state brought it, then the feds probably told the state, hey, listen, yeah.
That happens before Wack go into something that he don't know what he's talking about, right? So it's a case right now that I know about that I'm not gonna report on, but it's a case I know about where a dude got caught with let me see. Let me go back to these text messages. I want to say he got caught with a couple bricks and maybe some straps or whatever. He got picked up. He went to jail. They dropped it. They let him out. He got a no bill real quick. A no bill or basically like a DA reject. Real quick. They hit him with trafficking and controlled substances and some other stuff, right? They let him go. He was out for about a month or so. And now I just found out this morning that the feds picked him back up, and now the feds are charging him with that. Like if the feds is already watching you, and the police like the like city cops or like the sheriffs get you, a lot of times they'll tell them like, hey, listen, they'll tell the DA, don't charge, just drop the charges. We already got him under surveillance. We already got him wrapped up in this case. It's a wrap for him. Go ahead and drop it. We'll pick it up. It happens all the time, man. It happens all the time. And a sealed case or a sealed file on your indictment or a sealed indictment does not automatically mean that you the goddamn police.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Big U's complaint came March 17th. They served out the warrant March 19th.
Yeah.
Brick Baby's complaint came February 22nd. You do that. Right?
Oh man,
You didn't see it on the work?
I seen it on like his sealed indictment. Yeah,
What did it say?
it said that. Yeah. The February.
I playing the 50. It is what it is. And that's what's crazy.
Hey man, yeah.
You read the new indictment, right?
Yes, and he's not in there now.
He's not, he what?
So Brick is not listed as a
But he
defendant.
Did you read the new indictment?
He's in there, but he's not listed as.
But no, it was already like that though, right? The first one he was listed in there not as a defendant, but they
But he got picked up though as
his
part of
phone
the-
calls and shit.
Shannon listed, right?
Yes.
His activities what got him lifted. What it says in there, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, true.
Brick activity not match Luce's?
They got Brick Baby in there. They said that Brick.
Does Brick's activity match Luce Cannon's activity?
No, because in Brick's situation, they didn't go into detail about what actually happened. In Loose Cannon's situation, they got the actual victim saying that Loose Cannon and other people went inside of the dispensary, robbed him and the people that worked at the dispensary, and then when he showed up at Big U's house, Loose Cannon and the other people that robbed him was there when they handed him back over his stuff. So the person who got robbed at the damn dispensary is cooperating with the feds. The person who Brick Baby allegedly robbed ain't cooperating, never came forward. The only way that the feds knew about it was because it was talked about in the wiretap. So there's no victim, so there's nobody to come and cooperate like, yeah, there was a damn robbery. It's just listed among the wiretaps and as well as Brick got arrested with the rest of them. But there's no charge for it though. There's no victim for it. There's nobody who came forward and said, like, I did this. Wack be trying to twist that shit up to prove a point to try to make somebody out to be a rat. Wait, if Brick Baby is telling and cooperating, it's going to come out. You don't got to force it. You ain't got to force it.
Well,
per se, allegedly.
Yeah, sure.
Aren't they trying
the
to
robbery?
Yeah, exactly.
The robbery and giving money to Big U. Yeah.
Yeah, the
They never even said that Brick gave him the money. They went and collected the money from somebody else who was supposed to be an associate of Brick's. And then they said, oh, well, we need to get back with Brick because it's only $3,000 here. Come on, man.
It's listed, right?
Yeah.
Brick's not, right?
Yeah.
Because
we got a K that went to 21 months. We don't know what happened to the court. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, I don't know, bro.
Oh man.
Am I saying something that ain't there?
You said a lot that wasn't there, but these dudes ain't smarter. Either they ain't smart enough to respond to you, or they didn't read the entire complaint, or they just don't. I don't know. They scared. I don't know. I really don't know, man.
Am I saying anything
It
that
be
ain't
pissing
got
me off.
I guess there's no evidence that the K that they found is in trying to perpetuate the criminal organization.
No, you're missing the point. Fuck the K. That's what they stumbled across coming to get the phone. That was added. We coming to get you for DUI. When we come get you, we find a key adult.
They was at Brick because of the Christian Forbes case. That's why they went at Brick. Another person who was allegedly associated with the 60s.
That's added.
I'm already.
It never was coming for the K.
Bro.
The activity in the indictment matches the same activity they say Loose Cannon did. Same activity. Robbery, money, splitting it up with the individual. But yet Loose is named. He not.
Because Luce was identified by the victim as someone who ran up in the goddamn dispensary. Why ain't nobody saying this? Like, hey, chat, Ruler Gang, am I tripping? Like, why am I the only person? Why ain't nobody that's sitting on these couches saying this shit? Like, why am I the only one saying this? Like, is y'all not quick on y'all's feet or what? Come on. God damn.
You must haven't seen the new indictment.
I haven't thoroughly scanned the new indictment.
Huh?
I've not thoroughly scanned the new indictment.
Bullshit, you read it last night.
I didn't read it.
Nigga, nah, bro, we put it in the group chat.
With your bitch last night. The fuck?
But you said, yo, who got it drop in the group chat, and it got dropped.
Bro, this
I did send the paperwork in the group chat last night.
Yeah, but you're
I don't know.
assuming he read it.
Yeah, exactly. Group
Man,
chat
come on,
snitchery is at an all-time high, bro.
I snitched one time, but Flacco, he deserved it.
Wait.
You know what, snitch?
How? Wait, okay.
Snitch on Flacco.
No.
Honestly.
Hey, no, though. Here, right? Hey, wait,
don't
though.
count.
All right, man. Let me see what else we got that I wanted to react to on there. channel. Wack, Jalise, Almighty Suspect. Let me see. Let's react to this right here. 600 says his videos about Big U probably led to his arrest. Damn.
When we did that last interview, which was probably like a little over a year ago, I'm guessing, you saw Brick. You guys took a picture together. Big U gets super mad after that. But how long had you been out of communication with Big U at that point? Because there is this one video that I always think about where it was you and Big U in a backyard or something, and he was kind of like making you say stuff that was almost like you pledging your loyalty to him and the set and whatnot. And it kind of had the same vibes as like, remember the clip of Justin Bieber when his car broke down in the hood?
Well, when he had to sing, when he was singing for fools outside the
Not
PJs.
saying that you're on Bieber's level, but you know, it kind of felt like you didn't want to be there and you weren't really feeling it, and you were kind of just going along with it. But that was an awkward video. Like, so was that was the last time you guys were ever really around each other?
We were together a little shortly after that. So what that was, it was a situation to where it was a lot of talking going on in my neighborhood, and it was like 5, 6 people on the phone. I was like, you know what? Let's just pull up. You know, let's figure all that. We all at. I'm on such and such street. I'm on my way. I speed over there. He speed over there. The other 4 or 5 people didn't show up, so it's just me and him. So we get there. He like, come on. I'm like, come on, what?
Let's fight.
Like let's fight.
All right, let's fight. I'm telling you, these dudes were scared to fight a 70-some-year-old man. Nobody. Just think about this. They've been talking shit about Big U for the last 4 or 5 years. Nobody caught a fade with him, and then when they did run up on one of them, he pulled out a blower.
I'm like, bro, I'm not here to fight you, bro.
Oh boy, that would be an epic squabble for the ages.
Right. So I'm like, bro, no, what them busters that who was on that phone popping it, and I said, let's all pull up and figure it out. So we talked about what we talked about, and I said, all right, man, pull your phone out, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go live, talk your stuff, how you do it, make sure you add me. So I'm just a loyal, little homie, loyal type of dude. You know what I mean? Who, no matter what's going on, I'ma still show loyalty. And I said in the video, I said, listen, any of y'all busters got any problem, we could pull it up. We can pull up right now. All y'all popping, all this talking y'all doing, we were just on the phone. Where y'all at? And that's really what that was. You know what I mean?
Yo, I feel like the biggest narrative that I've seen and online is, and this is like a honest question too, man. Do you feel like, because the mom said, "Yo, don't say nothing," because the feds want us to be kind of, you feel me? If she says, "Yo, like late March, early April." And Big U, I think I picked up like the 18th or 19th, right? So do you feel like putting that out early got him arrested earlier?
I don't know. Like I said, I never talked to detectives. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but you just never really know.
All right. For one, you are the detectives, bruh. Like, for one, like let's just you are the detectives. 2, you talk to the detectives every time you post a video. Brick Baby told you over 2 years ago that they are watching Mr. Lovejoy's videos. He been told you that. He been said that. Second of all, hell yeah, y'all putting that information out, sped up the timeline on when they was going to arrest him. Not only was y'all making videos about it, but Wack claims that he texts Big U's wife, which I want to know, okay, since we talking about why Brick is in the paperwork and Brick this and that, I want to know why it in the paperwork if the phones was tapped, that Wack 100 texts her forewarning her about the arrest. Why that ain't in there? If everything else is in there and you saying that all this shit about Brick, then why we didn't see your name in there? Because you openly admitted online that you text her and warned her that they was coming to get Big U. But to answer the question, hell yeah, Big U definitely got arrested faster because of Christopher Lovejoy.
Yeah, fact.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, like I said,
and do you feel guilty?
Private information.
Yeah,
it was private information.
And then if that woman told y'all, and this is crazy to mistrust that that's crazy that they did that woman like that. She confided in y'all some information about her sons unaliving, and she blatantly, directly asked y'all not to say nothing. And y'all still put the information out there anyway. Like, y'all playing a dirty ass game, man. Y'all can't be trusted on either side of this shit.
Yeah.
To prevent whatever they was trying to prevent. But we went against law enforcement's,
Yeah, because what if
rules.
Big U had hopped on a plane and he was just in France right now or somewhere where
Right.
they wouldn't extradite him, like Russia, Big U in Russia,
Right.
like,
You know
like
what I'm
Edward
saying?
Snowden or something. Like, I mean, that could have happened. We could have never got any sort of justice if that was the case, which,
No.
the average person wouldn't
Yeah.
care about, but for the family of the kid who got killed,
But to
that
them,
would've been
though,
upsetting.
they don't want the justice. They just, again,
Free
so
them niggas, man.
but the plan was to warn him beforehand. So that's why
Right.
I'm asking.
They wasn't trying to warn Big U beforehand, and they was trying to run content, man. It ain't had nothing to do with warning Big U, man. Don't fall for the old spin move. Like, oh, I said that so the dummy could get out of town, and that ain't why you said that, man. At the end of the day, man, all of these little scenarios and narratives they be trying to place out there for y'all to run with, don't fall for it, black people, as Big U said, man. Somebody in the chat said, yeah, that was very sad. How are you gonna like go against what this woman confided in you about her son's unaliving and asked you not to like I could see if like y'all had a conversation and she just told you the information and you put it out there, but she asked you not to put it out there. That's crazy as fuck.
If
All
the
for
warning him
content.
got him arrested sooner, then one would ask, okay, y'all are really intelligent. Like, again, like you are a really smart nigga.
Yeah.
So somebody can say, oh, maybe this was like a diabolical like double play, which is I'm putting it out early to quote unquote warn you publicly, but in fact I'm just making sure the feds pick you up sooner.
Well, we can't make sure to pick him up sooner.
Yeah.
We don't know. We'll never know that. You know what I'm saying? We was never in contact with him.
Facts, of course.
Like, we'll never know that. But, they gave approximate
Yeah.
dates, and they hit on them approximate dates.
That's facts.
I think we put the information out too late.
Damn, for real?
I mean, he got caught.
That's
Unless
true.
he didn't believe us.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
think nobody be lying about no stuff like that.
But too late for what? Because like, what would he have done
mean,
if
he
he knew
coulda-
about it a month in advance? Besides just be scared.
I mean, he could have left and run. And
Nah,
save
bro.
away
Come
some
on,
money.
man. Cut
If
it
you
out.
being watched, bro,
Cut it out, man. Wack, 600 trying to play dumb as hell, man. Come on, man. I don't even know why he like. Just think about why he on here. 600 is basically on no jumper right now because of the whole entire Big U situation. He been dragging this man and like basically helping the feds with their case for months. Besides that, we don't even know who 600 is. Like I was thinking about like the 50 Cent song, Back Down. He be like, whenever he was like, somebody put you on, X made you hot. Now you running around like you some big shot, right? So I would say Crip Mac put you on, Big U made you hot, and now you running around like you some big shot, pussy. Listen, at the end of the day, the only reason why we know him is because he was extorting Crip Mac. Once Crip Mac got rid of him, he took over Crip Mac's whole goddamn YouTube page. The whole page. Tried to take Crip Mac away from the people that was around him that was really trying to help him out and tried to extort him, tried to sign him to some crazy ass contract and everything, right? Went from that to then he turned and started turning on Big U and going against Big U and start making a lot of videos about him. That's his claim to fame. Like outside of that, he's a failed boxer who Big U tried to help build up his boxing career by taking his sorry ass down to Mexico and getting some cheap fights down there. The boy ain't got no hands. He running around with fake braids in his goddamn hair, snitching on Big U every day, running around with fucking cop badges and security shirts on like the shit funny, man. Like at the end of the day, in my mind, I can't even fathom how people is like falling for like all this police shit that we see going on online, and nobody's really calling it out. Like you got a couple people who calling it out. The rest of y'all scared to call it out. I ain't got no ties to 600, Wack 100, Big U, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon. None of these dudes involved in none of this shit, right? But you got all of these podcasters who want to try to play nice. You got Back on Fig allowing Wack to call in and tell a bunch of lies. You got Adam, which I get it with Adam because really Adam getting a bag off of the lies. You got a whole bunch of minions sitting on Clubhouse, sitting around co-signing all the goddamn bullshit and the lies. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got these people instead of like, it ain't even about beefing with nobody. It ain't about being tough or nothing. If you hear something that you don't agree with, speak up on it and say something about it. Y'all just sitting around allowing this man to just say any goddamn thing and not like question him on it. I wouldn't give a damn. I'll be in there like, nah, hey, bruh, that ain't what happened. Nah, bruh, you lying about that. What's up, Sim? Like, I just was listening to Sim. Man, I had to go back and watch some old Sim videos when he went out. He called the clerk of courts way down in motherfucking Texas about a case that Wack caught out there. That, okay, if you can question Brick about him getting caught with the K and why he never went to jail and this and that, then Sim got the right to question you about that case you caught down there with a carload of guns and all that shit that mysteriously got thrown out. And I forget the term that she told you on the phone or whatever. Like, it was like a something of justice, the reason why the shit was denied and shit like that. That's a weird case too. If we can talk about weird cases, let's talk about it. But they want to sit around and allow him to say the bullshit that he's saying. He goes unchecked on most of the platforms he goes unchecked. And then when people like academics try to question him about certain shit, like, well, listen, don't you think the feds is going to come talk to you? If they went to Adam, they might come talk to you. He get a whole attitude talking about why. Motherfucker, because you didn't detail shit about Big U that was allegedly extortion and illegal, like the whole threw trick under the bag. Oh, yeah, we was in the airport and we seen Future and it was me and Big U and he owed Trick $30,000. Well, you're doing the same shit that you claim that Vay was doing when Big U was allegedly sending Vay to collect money from victim one. Basically, you trying to collect money for motherfucking Trick in Detroit. But you talking about this shit online, man. Come on, like let's just call a spade a spade. Let's stop playing with these dudes. It is what it is. I don't know if motherfuckers scared to lose their channels. Y'all scared to get into a confrontation with this dude or whatever. Man, I've been fighting all my goddamn life. And I just told y'all the other day, I'm like 46. Ain't no more. Don't call me out for no phase or nothing. You put your hands on me. Y'all can clip this. I don't give a damn. The feds can clip it. The police can clip it. I'll happily go to jail for a motherfucker putting their hands on me. I'm going to sit you on your goddamn back pockets, nigga. It is what it is. Have the blower that day. Motherfucker. What you said was called Willard, Texas, in the interest of justice. Yeah, man. In the interest of justice. What the hell do that mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't being questioned. Like, listen, if we going to question shit, the person that's talking the loudest about people's cases, they need to be questioned too, damn it. Like, nobody's exempt from this shit. We got him telling people that Brick Baby snitching because Brick Baby's indictment is sealed. This nigga right here, 600, he got a whole seal. His shit was sealed. Because at one point in time, they were saying anybody that got a sealed file, is something wrong with their case. They telling, okay, well, your boy got a sealed file. But because you read the paperwork and you want to try to say you vindicated, I went over the paperwork and we cleared that up. Let us look at the paperwork, nigga.
As soon as you purchase a plane ticket out of town,
obviously he got to wait for a half a day, right?
Well, he probably drove away, right?
But that's what I'm saying. So obviously it's not like they got him on a monitor or something. He
that's true.
Moved away. He was a fugitive at one point.
Yeah. So, right. He could have drove to Mexico, but if he would have attempted to use that passport to like book a flight, it would have been over.
But you could at least like.
Man, y'all is not. Listen, Flacco, shut up. Let me tell you something. The man couldn't have went to damn Mexico. You want to know why? And I'm not saying that Big U wasn't extorting nobody or nothing. It is what it is. That's for the law to like kind of verify that. But what we do know is that due to people, and this came out of Big U's mouth. I'll play the video again. Due to people calling and telling the city and people to stop donating money to him and he stopped getting funds, Big U was no longer getting money. So how the hell was he going to run when all of his resources was being cut off based off of people on the line saying he was doing this and that and this with the grid program funding and all that shit. Like, he talked about it in the video. He didn't have no money to run. The money wasn't there to run. Run where? Where you going? Where you going, bruh? The best thing Big U could have did was turn himself in. What he gonna run for? And with what?
And then like we get to that second, like he went out all bad. Like the way he went out was like, you know, bad. But I mean, you could have bought yourself some time and figure it out, and lawyer and money, and you know, grab your women or your wife or whatever you got going, have some fun, get some meals and whatever, you know, just because you go. I mean,
he was with his wife. It's in the indictment.
You're accused by the FBI anyway.
Yo, when you heard the surrender video where he's
man, they damn sure lined Big U up. They like it's like, man, like one of the things that like when you go to war with somebody, which is a crazy war strategy when y'all think about it. It is what it is, but I'm gonna lay it out. When you go to war with, like when countries go to war with other countries, the first thing they do, like let's just say if we was about to go to war with like Russia or one of these other countries, the first thing they're gonna do is impose sanctions on that country. Those sanctions is put in place to cripple them financially. That's the first thing we're gonna do. That's what they did to Big U. They crippled Big U financially, regardless if he was extorting people or not. I'm talking about what 600 in the Rat Pack did with him. They crippled him financially. Then they put propaganda out against him, turned everybody against him. You know what I mean? So many people, big useless, big uterus, big this, big that. You feel what I'm saying? Turn them against them. They turned against him with propaganda. Then they began to spill all his dirty secrets that they knew about. Just think about how many countries that we done went and invaded, like Iraq and all these other countries, that we was doing dirt with at one point in time. But then once we engaged with them and began to go to war with them, we begin to reveal all these dirty secrets. But we leave out the shit that we did with them, though. But all the other secrets that we knew about them, we begin to discuss that and bring that out with them as reasons that why we should attack them. I'm telling you. They pulled a fucking move on Big U, and I don't know if Big U could see it or not, because he damn sure don't seem like he was fighting back, but he had so much shit going on. He had 600 of them going at him. At the same time, the feds investigating him for some other shit. Like, it was a lot going on.
He said, you might as well get Wack at 600. Like, what's your thoughts?
Complete snitching, bro.
Nah, he didn't mean it like that, man.
You're telling the FBI to go get Wack in 600?
Nah.
So let me tell you why a lot of my people in my neighborhood are finally realizing that, 680 boy was right. So 31 years ago now, 94, he caught a case with Eddie Boy, his crime. They did a robbery, whatever they did. I think it was a sting. Leaving the robbery when they got caught, it's in the paperwork, quote for quote. I'm trying to say it the same way it's in the paperwork. Man, I should never went to work for Eddie. And that statement alone is in the paperwork, is the reason why Eddie Boy got charged with conspiracy. So my point I'm saying is that when he gets under pressure, he just starts snitching, throwing things out there. It's the same exact thing.
No, but I did hear that before, and because again, I always heard from like street dudes, because Thug is in the same situation where I was always told we can't trust the police. So if it's not in a signed statement or on recording, we can't trust the police saying that I said this.
Oh no. See, what happened was, that statement actually came to court. His lawyer actually repeated the statement. They asked him that his lawyer actually asked that he didn't get the opportunity to make a full statement, and never denied the statement. Never denied him making the statement. The statement is in the paperwork.
Can we get a quick statement from Rich Trapper, who's calling in right now?
Make sure
Rich Trapper, what you got to say?
Make sure you subscribe, Shay. I appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Hit that like button. We need 6 more to get us over 100, man. Let's do that.
Bro, get that cloud chaser off,
First
man.
and foremost, I for the first time in life, I got to give Flacco some credit for asking a real question.
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. You a cloud chaser, bro. Like, bro, bro, I want to talk to this nigga, man. Like, yeah, bro. Like, bro, we don't
let him cook. Let him cook.
Bro, he's a no, but we'll get
let him cook.
Yeah, bro,
He's giving you credit. I forgot you guys are beefing like that. Wait, all right. We're gonna give you a little. What you guys say?
But I'm here to talk about my slow cousin you got up there.
You
sit here and just said that you put that information out to one Big U. But that don't make no sense because everything that's going out is in this indictment. So how are you warning him about him being a fake fugitive on a run? That's harboring, aiding, abetting the fugitive and obstruction of justice. So
that's definitely a crime, man. Y'all got to pay attention to what these people are saying, man. That definitely, just like I asked the question earlier, like, damn, I'm reading the indictment. I'm wondering if Big U's wife, is it like they might use that against him? Like, all right, well, listen, if you don't do this and that and this, we can actually charge your wife with aiding and abetting. The same thing with Wack texting claiming he texts Big U's wife. That's a crime. Like the feds is coming to get you. I ain't gonna say I ain't go as far as to say it's a crime, but it would lead one to believe like, damn, they might want to highlight him. Well, how's you getting this information? Why would you be texting him and warning him about us coming to get him, trying to impede our investigation? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to listen to what these dudes is actually saying. Like the bullshit they actually want us to believe, man.
How the fuck you not in that indictment?
Bro, I haven't broken no laws, bro.
The indictment
What is he
is
talking about?
It's putting information out from
Bro,
less
listen,
than 48
I didn't
hours
put the information out.
Plug and feed into it, bro. Cause he about to go make a little video.
Oh yeah. But what he doesn't understand is that I never put the information out. I got the information out from online.
In real life, that's really my cousin, bro. This nigga.
Why does dude keep saying he's my?
The information that y'all put out there wasn't online. The conversation between the mom and Wack 100, that wasn't something that was already online. Now, whether or not there was already online saying like Big U was actually doing this and Big U actually took out our son and did this, that's neither here nor there. The information about y'all saying that Big U was gonna get arrested and all that, how come nobody else ever seen that information nowhere else online but when Wack is talking to the woman? And she said, don't tell nobody, but an arrest is coming soon. They said late March, early April. Where was that at online? Because she said don't tell nobody. So if that was already online, why would she say don't say nothing? Come on, man. Stop the cap. Just like y'all try to say that dude, the dude who got the weird case, the PDF file that got beat up outside of No Jumper, just like y'all try to say he said own gangsters, own neighborhood, and he came looking and he wanted content, just like y'all tried to spin a narrative on that shit.
But you gotta go niggas on Grindr, bro. You
That was a good point.
Yo, bro, you gay bitch.
We don't even know this dude's name.
Bro, you punks on Grindr, my nigga.
He does.
We don't give a about your opinion on street shit, you punks. Nigga, you got caught looking for white punks on Grindr, nigga. Shut your bro, we don't give a about your opinion, my bro, you lost all privilege to comment on street shit, bro. Once we see you asking to suck on Grindr, bro.
Yeah, that's bad.
Stop it, my nigga.
That's bad work.
And you can't cap because you record all your videos that you react to off your phone, nigga. And get in that screen recording off your phone, nigga.
It was the editor.
You was in the Grindr app texting niggas to suck. Shut your gay ass up, bro.
All right. I don't want to hear all the arguing and stuff.
Again,
sorry about that. I forgot you guys were ops like that.
How are you my cousin?
Yeah, I'm cool on the arguing. It's another video I want to react to too. Rap News and Street Politics put a video out. Let's go check that out real quick. I told y'all we was gonna be on live for a minute. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure that was it on here. All right. Rap News and Street Politics. All right, let's check this out right here.
Rap News Street Politics, the best hood channel on YouTube. And we back with them bad people in this Big U federal indictment. Now, it's a lot of information that's coming out. A lot of individuals speculating as to who's telling, who's snitching, who the witnesses are, and that's where we step in. Now, right now, we got one main individual who's playing some dirty games in this paperwork.
Definitely victim one is definitely cooperating.
Now, as we broke down when we covered this Big U indictment, there's confidential informants, multiple witnesses in multiple areas. And we also have some snitches on the forecast as well. But we're not talking about probabilities in this video. We only gonna talk about facts. So we know there's an individual that they refer to as CW1. They broke down his profile, his case history.
All right, let's see. CW1 has a criminal history that includes convictions for possession for sales of narcotics in 2003 and 2009 in violation of blah, 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 respectively, as well as shooting into an inhabitant dwelling in 2003 in violation of California Penal Code Section 246. CW received cooperation credit from the Central District of California at sentencing in a prior drug conspiracy case alleging a violation of Title 21, United States Code, Section 846. However, former President Biden commuted CW1's sentence for that offense. Nobody's ever found out who got a pardon from Biden, like that they would know. This is crazy. All right, let's keep going, man. That's wild.
And what information he provided. Now, I'm going to keep it real. I'm on to that dude, but I'm not 100% for sure that is who I think it is. So we're not going to put that out there because, you know, we're not here to make allegations in terms of who snitched.
Put it out
there. We're going to
cuz.
tell you exactly who it is. And, you know, a lot of people, of course, they wanted to be Wack 100. They wanted to.
I don't think Wack ever caught no case though, like no drug. Hold on, and the shooting case that Wack had was like with a BB gun. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't nothing like that.
B600, Brick Baby.
It ain't Brick.
We know Loose Cannon's already telling. He's self-snitching. He's implicated himself. But this individual right here is also snitching on Loose Cannon. But as of right.
Hold on. Let me read that part. It said in 2022, the FBI interviewed a cooperating witness, CW1, who told the FBI about one of these check-in incidents. CW1 said that he knew Big U was a Rolling 60s member. CW1 also said Big U led a money-making gang that was distinct from the Rolling 60s, referring to the Big U enterprise. According to CW1, rap artists, athletes, and other individuals needed to pay Big U a fee when they visited Los Angeles.
This individual right here is also snitching on Loose Cannon. But as of right now, we got to say factually, it's none of them other dudes. But you know the saying, when life gives you lemons, you end up with Dale Morrison. Now, Dale.
Somebody had his name in the damn. Somebody had his name in the damn chat earlier. Let's keep going.
Morrison is going to be victim number one. This is actually going to be the biggest rat in this case. So again, this is not CW1 who was pardoned by Joe Biden. And this is not witness one that was around the alleged.
This is victim one. This the dude who had the damn dispensary.
Murder situation in Nevada. The witness that was working as a security guard in the studio.
Shout out to Rap News Street Politics.
This is the man that was getting extorted, so to speak. The one that was robbed by Loose Cannon. And the club promoter who set up the whole situation with Big U and Deja Vu.
Now listen, Deja Vu is important because, like I said, that night that Little Draws said that, or Tiny Draws said that they smacked or stole on Wack backstage, and him and Kanye jumped off stage, and he allegedly took Kanye to his car, and then he went to his car and got his family out of there, and there was a standoff in the garage. Tiny Draw said that, well, how come Game showed up at Deja Vu and you didn't come?
It was said that Big U has shook down 30 rats out that situation. But the key thing, man, is who is Dale Morrison?
Yeah, who is Dale?
Now, he's not only a rat. He's actually a club promoter, and I would say somewhat of an entrepreneur throughout the city. And the next question one may ask is, why Dale Morrison? Why was he?
Is that his Instagram page? Let me see. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. I just want to see if I can look at this Instagram page real quick, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold on. What's that say? E Monster. Oh, so Wack was calling him Monster though when he was identifying who the hell he was. Oh, he done made this account private now. Since he hit the internet and went big. Since he went big, he done made his account private. Look, we gonna follow him, man. We gonna follow him, see if he let us in. Oh shit. All right, let's go back.
And I would say somewhat of an entrepreneur throughout the city. And the next question one may ask is, why Dale Morrison? Why was he being shook down? It seems like this dude is one of them guys playing all sides. Now, the key thing is Dale Morrison has been in the mix around all these dudes for a long time. Like I said, he's a club promoter. And anybody know these club promoters? They're the ultimate people person. But especially when you promoting black businesses, black clubs, black parties, you're gonna end up intertwining with the hood at some point, especially in LA. So we've seen Dale Morrison, not only with Big U, we've seen him with Nipsey, we've seen him with Gilly the Kid, Joe Moses. Like I said, this dude has been around everybody in the city, and we gotta put this out so nobody else falls into the games that this dude is playing. Now, the paperwork has painted him out to be a victim, and on the contrary, painted Big U to just be somebody that got him in a headlock. But Dale Morrison is actually playing his own games in these streets, man.
So this is what I really want to say though, like, because this is what I find funny though with this Dale Morrison dude. Now, he had this, according to the federal paperwork, this illegal dispensary. So basically, he's playing street games too. Now, when you do shit in the streets, street shit happens to street people. So I found it funny that he began to get extorted, and then he actually began to cooperate with the police. He was getting extorted for doing some illegal shit though. It ain't like he had like a legitimate dispensary business. Now, I don't know about his promotional shit, you know what I mean, party promoting. But as far as that dispensary had, it was illegal.
The key thing right now is Morrison is under his own federal indictment, which has nothing to do with any of these dudes in this indictment.
All right, let me see his indictment. Let me see what that say. The Southern District of California ordered unsealed 4/29/21 arrest on out-of-district offense. It got the case number. It says the person charged as Dale Morrison now appears before the United States District Court for initial appearance as a result of the following charges that have been filed in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Ohio. Oh, so he caught that case out in Cincinnati with conspiracy with intent to possess narcotics for the purpose of distribution and possession with intent to distribute narcotics for the purpose of distribution in violation of 21 USC section blah, blah, blah. All right. The charging documents and warrant for the arrest of the defendant, which was issued by the above United States District Court, are attached. All right, let's go. Did this got anything to do with is Adrian Broner connected to this dude, Dale Morrison, though?
Indictment, which has nothing to do with any of these dudes in this indictment, with this Big U rolling 60 situation. This dude had his feet in the streets, a full participant in the life of criminality. He's not just some weed shop owner that's trying to make a living and ends meet by playing it fair. This is the misconception of this whole situation.
Yeah, because a lot of people was looking at him like he a victim, but he really in the streets. And like I said, street shit happen to street people.
Now, the indictment that he's allegedly the main defendant on is a conspiracy with the intent to possess narcotics. Also possession with the intent to distribute narcotics. And the main key thing is the feds are alleging that Dale Morrison is using businesses in LA as fronts, including the same business that Big U was allegedly shaking down. So we've seen Morrison with multiple different businesses: MLB Investments and Holdings, M4 Morrison Media Marketing and Management, DMO 20 Consultants LLC, Everybody Eats, which is also synonymous with the Everybody Eats Genetics cannabis business.
And he was taking pictures with Big U, the nigga that was extorting him. So I mean, it couldn't have been that damn bad. Maybe they really had a deal with like, hey man, I'm gonna protect you, but you gotta pay me for your protection. And then when he stopped making the payments, like Big U went over there and showed him like, hey, this what can happen to you. What Big U say to him, and this what happens when you rob yourself. This how you rob yourself. Now I'm gonna take my cut for your security, damn it. I'm keeping the police off your back, possibly. Here goes some shit to keep you going. I'm taking my cut. Make sure you got my money on Monday, nigga.
Which he's affiliated with. Now, at the time when he was allegedly participating in the conspiracy, some of these businesses were operating off some high rises off Fig. Now, as of today, he's changed the addresses to these businesses. But in 2020, it's alleged that he was working with 4 other co-conspirators by the names of Jordan Jackson, Keyshawn Brandon, Brittany Duff, and Deja Purifoy. Now,
let me see them names again. For at least on or about January 1st, 2022, up and through to including August 1st, 2020, in the Southern District of Ohio and elsewhere, the defendants Dale Morris, a.k.a. Monster, Jordan Jackson, Keyshawn Brandon, a.k.a. Keys, and Brittany Duff and Deja, whatever her name is, did knowingly, intentionally, and unlawfully combine to conspire.
Keyshawn Brandon, Brittany Duff, and Deja Purifoy. Now,
all right. The paperwork say it was part of the conspiracy that Morris would establish an illegal drug distribution business in Los Angeles, California, to show and sell narcotics to others, both known and unknown to the grand jury. It was part of the conspiracy that Morrison and others would establish and operate front businesses for the purpose of concealing the narcotics operation in Los Angeles, California. It was part of the conspiracy that Brandon worked for Morris in the Los Angeles, California, and would serve as security for the narcotics business that Morrison operated. Well, Brandon, you didn't do a good job because you was definitely extorting the hell out of this boy. It was a part, according to the paperwork, my fault. It was a part of the conspiracy that Brandon would have access to firearms as a part of his employment to protect Morrison and the narcotics Morrison sold.
Everybody except for Keyshawn Brandon was operating in Ohio. Keyshawn Brandon, a.k.a. Keys, is said to be Morrison's bodyguard, or security, so to speak, that protects his criminal endeavors. And it's said that on July 25th, 2020, Keys was chaperoning around 7,000 grams of meth, approximately 2,000 grams of powder, and around 5,300 grams of weed from LA to Ohio, which is when they got pulled over. And somehow, some way, it comes out that this shipment came from Dale Morrison. Now, mind you, this is July 2020.
That's a long ass ride from Cali to Ohio. Man.
In the Big U indictment, the Fed said they didn't start watching Big U until February 2021, after the alleged murder committed by Big U in Nevada. But again, they was already watching the 6-0s in 2020, and they were able to track 8 USPS packages sent from Ohio to different addresses in LA, some in the 40s, a business in the Mansfields, and of course, Addy in the 6-0s, where it said that around 150 racks had came from Ohio and touched down to LA.
Oh, this was in Dayton. This wasn't even in Cincinnati. On or about April 27, 2020, Deja Purifoy, or whatever her name is, and another individual mailed approximately 8 packages through the United States Postal Service, which in total combined to approximately $143,854 of U.S. currency. Each of the outgoing packages used the name and address of a bookstore in Dayton, Ohio, with various names and addresses listed for the receiver, specifically the amounts, initials, or listed entity of the addressee, and address as follows.
Which the feds are alleging is proceeds that Morrison was receiving in this drug conspiracy.
Damn.
Now, 6 days after they got caught in that car, Morrison's house was hit July 31st, 2020, where it said this dude also had a bunch of weapons. But he wasn't fully taken in on this indictment until a year later, April 28th, 2021. But the Big U document alleges that he was a known extortion target since the beginning of their investigation on Big U. So as we see here in this Big U paperwork, it states victim 1 has a criminal history that includes arrest for narcotics conspiracy and distribution in violation of Title 21, Section 846, respectively, for which he is pending sentencing. It's still an open Fed case. He hasn't been sentenced. Why? Because he's using...
Yeah, you said like 3 to 5 days to the yo. That might be true. It's far. It's far as hell.
His telling on Big U in this indictment, in which it says that victim 1 will likely receive cooperation credit based on this case in his unrelated pending drug case from the United States Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Ohio. So this information right here is why there's no need for guessing. There's no need for allegations. There's a lot of bunk that's coming out. Is this dude snitching? Is he snitching? You know, people grasping at straws just for the content. The paperwork is telling us who these people are. Now, like
the crazy part about this though, because somebody just said Dale Morrison, it gotta be in fear of his life right now. Hey, that gotta be true though, because at the end of the day, like, they didn't put his name in the paperwork though, but motherfuckers just didn't found out who he was, man. That's wild.
Like I said,
snitching don't pay, kids. Listen, just don't do crime. That way you ain't gotta tell on nobody.
And in the forecast, there are some snitches that's coming out, but you know, that's neither here nor there, because we have to move factually when we talking about people as rats. And this is what I mean by, this is a dirty character right here. He caught an unrelated Fed case before any of this situation and immediately started pointing fingers at the big fish, because he's a little fish in the streets, but nonetheless, he's still in the streets. He's not some innocent victim just floating around getting a noogie on his head. You know what I'm saying? And then with that situation that they had at Deja Vu on Big U Party in 2021, he complained and snitched about Big U pressing him and the other promoter for 30 racks, but then he turns around the next year and still promotes his next party in 2022 at Cheetahs.
Which would make you think that they was like working together really, and he was paying Big U for some, like for some type of protection or something, but he wasn't coming through like he should.
This dude playing street games, but when the big fish come and collect, he want to point the finger now.
Right.
But he got some even nastier work on his name. He's also been convicted of a robbery, and guess what? Human trafficking of a minor under the age of 8.
Oh, this nigga got a weird case too. Not another PDF, man. He got a weird case too. Well, now listen, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, people be feeling sorry, like, dang, man, Big U was extorting. It's like, okay, if it was going down like that, Big U should have been extorting him. Look at the type of cases. Listen, either you pay us some money or we gonna fuck you up about that case you caught back in the day. Which one you want? You know what I mean? Either you can pay us, you know what I mean, or we gonna fuck you up about that case you caught. Shit.
18. Shit, I see why he's getting pressed. This is a weird dude in the streets.
Weird dude.
And it's also said that he has ties to Wack 100.
And I don't trust nobody who's, hold on, let me see something.
18.
I just don't offend
Shit,
nobody.
I see why.
Say. Let's see. I want to see this case. Look, pandering by threat of violence. So he was threatening the hoes that he was having. Failure to update registration annually. So he got to register. He's probably on like is he on the Megan's Law website? Failure to register initial registration after address change. Keep place to sell, etc. Narcotics control, something like that, right? Yeah. This dude is a PDF.
Why he's getting pressed? This is a weird dude in the streets. And it's also said that he has ties to Wack 100. We're going to get to that, though.
Yeah, let's get to that.
Now,
part.
one can make the argument that Big U wouldn't even be under an investigation by the feds if it wasn't for this dude. Reason being is because the homicide that took place in Nevada was under investigation by the police in Nevada, not the feds. This dude comes along, and now you have the full RICO where we're talking about money, extortion, and robbery being involved into a full enterprise with Big U. Now, along with CW1.
All right, let me read. I want to read this real quick. Further below, from April 14, 2022 until April 15, 2022, Victim 1 conducted a consensual monitored meeting with Big U and others unidentified individuals. All right, yeah, I remember this. Let's go.
Morrison also told the feds about the Adrian Broner situation. He had a recording on Big U when he sat down with him April 14th and April 5th.
Wow, this dude, not only was the phone tap, he wore a damn wire. Keep in mind, this the dude that was going back and forth getting with Big U, giving Big U the federal money.
15th of 2022, he was mic'd up when Big U was talking about the Adrian Broner situation. Now, like I said, this is the same person that Loose Cannon admitted to robbing. This is one of the main reasons while Loose Cannon is sitting down. Not only did Loose Cannon talk on the podcast, but what sealed his fate was the dude he robbed was working as an informant. So like I said,
No, that's what I was saying. So that's the difference between the Brick Baby situation and Loose Cannon situation. We got this dude, this snitch dude, Dale, ratting on Big U, telling all the business about the way that Big U was allegedly extorting him, although he was robbing people before, although he was pimping and beating on women, although he had caught a case out in Ohio where he was sending dope and money back and forth, right? So he catches his case and he tells them about the time that he didn't pay Big U his money, and allegedly Loose Lips Cannon and the rest of everybody came up in the damn dispensary and robbed everybody. This is the reason why Loose is in the indictment and Brick ain't. Let's go, man.
all he had to do was corroborate the story that Loose Cannon told as
What's
being
up,
factual.
Neat?
And of course, with him being the victim, it was extremely easy for Loose Cannon to get snatched up. Now, like I said, he was around all these dudes before this investigation popped off, and he was around all the way up to when they got hit. But in the Big U video, we also spoke about a time when the Nevada police had went to Big U's house to pay him a visit in regards to the murder that took place out there. We see Dale Morrison on the wiretap with them later on that night, giving extortion payments to Vay. And he also dug into multiple details to the feds about how Big U tried to get him to line up other weed dealers and other businesses in the city.
Yeah, we
But
just
the key
read
thing,
that. We just
this
read
dude
that.
was making 25% off of the tape. So I'm not going to sit here and act like this dude was just living the worst life possible. He got tired of being punked, and his run-in with the feds in the situation in Ohio has led to him becoming spooked. And he's using that to get from up under Big U's thumb.
Yeah.
Like I said, we seen this dude with all the rappers, promoting all the parties. We seen him promoting Filthy Rich, everybody. This is not somebody you want to be around. I'm going to keep it real. You never know who else he going to throw up under the bus to lighten up that federal indictment that he...
But, all right, rap news, street politics. Tell us how he's connected to one Cash Jones, though. We want to know that.
He got looming over his head. And it's one thing called a sentence memorandum. That memorandum right there breaks down everything in regards to your...
As far as I know, he's just like a party promoter and stuff like that. I tried to go to his Instagram, Neek, but he shut it down already.
Sentencing. You meet with the judge, and they go over everything. All the people that's there for you in the courtroom, all the letters from your employers, your family, all the mitigating factors that you're using.
Don't ever trust nobody whose teeth is that far apart. Hey, listen, Big U, if you don't do nothing else, never in your life again trust a nigga whose teeth is that far apart, cuz, like, never.
Employers, your family, all the mitigating factors that you're using to try to get the judge not to send your ass all the way up the river. And like I said, at that point, that's when these cooperation credits are going to take effect, and it's going to drop his points down and lessen the blow of that offense. That document is still sealed, and he's not sentenced yet. Mind you, this offense happened in 2020, and
he's still out and ain't got sentenced. I wonder if these other people got sentenced though.
He went down in 2021. Here we are 4 years later.
All right, hold on, y'all. I hate to stop the video right now, but we're going to do some other shit real quick.
And he went down in 2021.
We're going to do something else real quick. I just want to see. Let's just go to the Bureau of Prisons real fast. Bureau of Prisons, inmate search, inmate locator. I want to see if these other people, anybody else is in jail from this case. All right, let me see. Let's go with Jordan Jackson first. At this point, they should be getting his dumb ass off the streets, though. Nope. I don't think nobody in jail. What about Brandon? Keyshawn Brandon. Unless they in this is a federal case though. Like, ain't nobody in jail. Let me go to Ohio. What is it? OHDRC. Inmate search. Brandon. First name, Keyshawn. Shit, we should reach out to some of these people for an interview. All right, I'm going to keep this playing. Go ahead.
Here we are 4 years later. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get sentenced until after everybody in this Big U indictment is taken care of, because we may see this dude on the stand if anybody takes it to trial, which I'm highly doubting right now. But like I said before, this dude participated in countless wiretaps. It seemed like Vay and Big U stayed on this dude on the phone, and all he was doing was leading these guys over to Title III. But like I said, he went down in April 2021. 8 months after this is the man that was making those controlled extortion payments. The FBI gave him thousands of dollars, split up over multiple occasions, slid it right to him so he can go meet with Big U or Vay and document those extortion payments. Like I said, this dude wasted no time to get out in the field and work as a confidential informant, but they call him a victim. And one key thing you got to realize about these dudes that work for the feds, you know, of course, everything's incentivized. There's a reason. They got something hanging over your head, but you also have to enter some sort of a contractual agreement with these people. And of course, nobody wants their information out there. Nobody wants the feds to say,
Nick, what you looking for? His Instagram page? It's we just pulled it up. Here it go right here. This is his Instagram page right here. If that's what you're asking about. It's Everybody Eats Monster. EBE Monster. It's private too. They ain't got no, it ain't no ain't nothing, you know what I mean? All right, let's go back to
that they working for them. But the key thing is, in that contract that you sign with these folks, they let you know that they can't promise and ensure you that your information will be kept solid. Because at some point, if somebody goes to trial, you may be called as a witness. But like we see here, they basically told us who he was. Again, this is why there should be no speculation and putting out false content until the information drops. But what we meant by this dude playing all sides, you know, as a club promoter, he's mixed in with everybody. Wack is in the entertainment business. He got to get his artists in these clubs and make this chilly. But on June 5th, 2022, on the wiretap, Big U was telling this dude, stop doing business with Wack 100 because he's a rat. And a month after that, Big U broke down the situation to Dale Morrison that he had with Wack 100. Now, I believe Wack was talking about this, you know, he's kind of hard to listen to. I'm going to keep it real, man. But the account of the incident that was on wiretap, the account that the feds have, and the account that Dale Morrison has, is that Big U and some 6-0s chased down Wack. And Wack took off screaming, saying, "My wife draws. I see you, Eugene. I see you, Eugene. I see you." He said he was screaming, and he said he had a blower. But he said Wack pleaded and said, "Don't do this. My wife, my kids in the car." He said, "Draws, draws, draws. Don't do this." This is the account told by Big U to Dale Morrison. So we see why Wack is on this campaign, man. These two is for show beefing. Now, the comment where he said Wack 100 is a snitch, like I said, of course, we all would like him to be, especially at this juncture, but I have no paperwork on it, so I can't say. But nonetheless, Mr. Dale Morrison is for show them bad peoples, man.
Man. It's a lot going on with this case, man. What else, man? What else is we reacting to? I don't know if that's it or not. The Rolling 60s who snitched, self-snitch. I don't care about that. We went over all of these real quick, so give me 1 second. Let me see. What else was in here? Which one? Oh, Brick Baby called home from jail too. I don't know if y'all seen that or not.
Hey, so look, man.
We only got like 4-5 minutes to talk.
All right, look, you live. Brick, you live. They can hear you.
It was the big you.
All right.
Shit, I ain't said nothing. No, it just is what it is. Free to know.
What y'all think about all these dudes calling home from prison, man?
You already know what it is. Free to break. And nigga not tripping. We right here live from the feds. And ain't shit happening with the brick gang. We do shit to people. We the people. We ain't, you know what I mean? We ain't going for none of that. I heard there's some shit going viral talking about a nigga that did something to a nigga, man. 6-7.
Now, Big Chuck from Death of a Clout Chaser, the one that I first seen pointing out, like saying that Brick Baby allegedly got shanked in the pen. I played the audio of his wife or his girlfriend, whatever y'all want to call her, stating that he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Actually get shanked. But this is Brick Baby answering it for herself. Also, Wack claimed that Brick was in PC.
The nigga ain't out the way, man. Come on, man. The nigga ain't touched me.
Man, come on, man. You already know. They on there. It's a whole bunch of rumors flying around. They said you got hit up in there, all type of shit.
Man, I'm that guy, dude. Like, not like that, though, bro. But you know what I mean? Unfortunately, this is where I grew up at, gang. So this like second nature to a nigga. But it's all gravy. We right.
This call is from a federal prison.
Let me mute my mic real quick. I want to see something. I think I'll run this rap content.
Give a nigga a bill soon, but you know what I mean? They go on the way.
That's love. That's love. You know, glad to hear from you. Glad that you can talk to the people and let them know that you're safe. Cause you know, there's been rumors going around, all type of shit.
And I'm on the main line, nigga. Ain't on none of that other shit. So, nigga, it is what it is. Free to break. I'm finna be right here.
Please ask me.
I can't really talk too much on the phone about nothing crazy. You already know.
100%.
Free me. Yeah.
It's just free brick. The people wanted to hear your voice, man.
Snitches walk on the yard in the field.
Don't load up.
They can.
They give a nigga 10 minutes a day. A nigga trying to handle the important shit first before a nigga got on the internet. But you already know I called you while you was right there. So
yeah, I didn't.
That's what it is.
You just calling me on some regular shit. This wasn't even a call just to be on live. I just happened to be on live to be on it.
You already know. It's all love. Everything straight. Who are right there?
Shit, we got Creep in here. We got Zay, Almighty, Jaleese in here, Josh in here.
Rick. Hey, gangland, man. You already know. Sus, Josh, Jaleese, Creep. You already know. It's gang in this bitch.
Come on, man.
Free that nigga.
Man, everybody make sure y'all go to Brick YouTube. Y'all go run up Brick Music.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I as much content as I ran on Brick, though, man, I kind of feel like Brick was a good, you know what I mean, good character in this No Jumper universe, man. But free Brick, man. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in and tuned in, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let this ride out right there, man. Hey, I'll be back again tomorrow with more content. Like I said, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, I'm on it live, man. But we're going to drop some reaction videos over the weekend, too, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Make sure y'all go follow me on my Instagram page. We almost at 7,000 followers. That thing been blowing up the last couple months. Matter of fact, we like 24 goddamn followers away from 7,000. So make sure y'all take y'all's asses over there and hit that follow button if you ain't already did it at ruler_report, man. Come fuck with your boy. You already know what it is, man. Other than that, man, I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Ruler